Hello, welcome to We Are Nerdsmith. I am Ann Palmer, and I'm going to be running this D&D 5th edition one-shot tonight for these gangly group of street urchins. And thank you for being here. And let me turn it over to Fennec to tell you more about Nerdsmith and our sub-drive these 2 weeks in April.
Hi, I'm Fennec. I am one of the, actually, I'm the only associate director at the moment of Nerdsmith. I'm also our community manager. And right now it is our sub drive. So that means we are asking you, the lovely folks at home, to open your wallets and your hearts and to donate some money to help keep this network running. We provide all of our content for free for you guys. And this is the only time during the year that we ask our wonderful viewers and supporters in order to give a little back. So we're running a bunch of different one-shots and everything these 2 weeks in order to show you what the future of Nerdsmith is with that subscription that you would give us. So yeah, and I guess everybody go around and introduce yourselves and who you are and all that jazz.
Okay, I'll start. I'm Ann Palmer, and I am the host of Kajari's Curious Crafts on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock East. I also host Aunt Anne's Tree on 1 o'clock on Thursdays. These are all East for me. I'm on the East Coast. And I also host 3 Sheets One Shot on Fridays at 7, and that's a D&D campaign writing program. And I know there's someone else in here who does that also, so we have fun with that. Okay, so let's go, I guess, to my right. I see Chance. That's your character name.
Yes. My name is Matthew A. Siebert. I am the creator and DM of the Land Above podcast. We just dropped episode 9 today, so go check that out. I'm also the host of Homebrew Studio, which is a homebrew creation stream we do on this very channel, twitch.tv/wearenerdsmith, every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And that's do you want us to introduce our characters or just ourselves?
Just yourselves for now.
Hi. Oh, am I on? Yep, great. Hi, I'm Colin. I am the Colin Kelly. I am the DM and game designer of Champions of the Earth, which you can also find on the lovely Nerdsmith network. And I'm more than pleased as punch to be here.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kim.
Hey, I'm on. Hey, I'm Kim, and I can be found at isitwine30yet on Twitter, and I play Flossie Lead on the Chaotic Goodness podcast.
Awesome. Woo, woo!
All right, Fennec, you told us a little bit about Nerdsmith, but now tell us about you.
Hi, I'm Fennec. I'm an Aquarius Pisces cusp. I walk on walks on the beach. Anywho, I am our community manager. That means I talk to everybody, kind of connect everybody. I'm also on the Land Above as one of the players, and I'm also, keep your ears peeled out for me to be an In Vain Walpurgisnacht, our Vampire 5th edition podcast.
Awesome. All right, well, without further ado, let's get this party started, and what a party it was. Is everybody ready? All right,
Absolutely.
okay.
Let's do this.
Huzzah!
All right, this is a level 1. They've rolled brand new level 1 characters, and they were told to give them the background of urchin. So they were street urchins, and apparently they had a wonderful time last night at the Harvest Festival here in Ravenscroft. Now, I do want to out of character real quick. It's Ravenscroft, not Ravensloft. No vampires. So in Ravenscroft, every autumn, they have a harvest festival to celebrate, of course, the riches of the bounty of the season. And they have a wonderful celebration. They invite all sorts of out-of-town guests and special honorees, and they come in, and the whole town just turns out and has this awesome party. Well, the 4 of you got into a little trouble, as far as you know. And I would like all of you characters to close your eyes and picture this. You are lying on a very cold, hard ground. You're lying prone, but your body feels like it's moving in circles, as if you were lying on a great wheel spinning slowly. Your eyes are heavy. You try to open them, but it just hurts too much. They feel gritty and sandy, and your head is throbbing. Squinting, you see a dark stone ceiling above you. And as you turn your head to look around, I need all of you to roll a con check. All right, Chance, what'd you get?
15.
Okay. All right, Jane.
A 6.
Okay. Alessa.
7 after modifiers.
Whoa. All right, and Gust.
That'd be a 7 as well.
Whoopsie. Okay. So, Chance, you turn and you vomit on the stone floor. The effects are slowly waning, but you definitely have an issue. You also have 2 points of exhaustion. Roll a d4.
1.
You vomit on yourself.
Disgusting.
All right. All right. Jane, same thing. You have 2 points of exhaustion.
Oh,
you
good.
Feel bile welling up, and just something is not feeling. You're dizzy. You can't even get on your hands and knees at this point. And same with the other two, Gust and Alessa. You are, and Alessa, is that how you pronounce your name?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All 4 of you did not pass that con check for this amount of alcohol that you had the previous night. You're all feeling a little dizzy, and you're all feeling a little nauseous, and you all take 2 points of exhaustion.
Oh, sorry.
As your eyes adjust to the dim light, you can see your fellows lying prone next to you under thick woolen blankets. Someone tossed them over you. You can also see through the very, very dappled morning light, metal bars next to you. It's hard to tell if you're on the inside or the outside of these bars. You're dressed in woolen trousers, a rough linen shirt, woolen socks, basic clothing. Your gear and your boots are nowhere in sight as you struggle to open your eyes. As you see the metal bars and your location, you suddenly realize that you're probably on the inside of the cell.
Oh, great. Not again.
Everyone do a history check, please.
Well, this wait's waking up naked in the street like that one time.
I'll try to go
That
on
would
the
be
same.
a 3.
A 3 for Jane.
7.
14.
16.
Okay. Jane, you rolled the 3, right?
7.
The 7. Okay.
Not
7.
much better, but you know.
No, both of you actually, who rolled the 14? Gust did, and Chance, what did you roll?
16.
A 16. Okay, so Gust and Chance, you kind of vaguely recall some sort of celebration happening the day before.
Wow. We really...
Something happened, but Jane and Alessa, you have no idea why you're in this cell, and I have a hard time remembering even what day it is.
This
So-
is not
well-
Kevin.
Nothing new.
Did we trade our boots for something?
As you look around the room, you can see a pile of boots just outside the cell.
I reach for
as-
them.
No, they're over there.
You can't reach through the bars; they're just out of your reach. But as you begin to wake up and look around, a large, formidable human enters from a large metal door outside the cell. She's wearing what appears to be guard's uniform and has a large battle axe slung over her shoulder. She's got a set of metal keys attached to her belt, and they jangle as she walks toward the cell door. And it actually, you wish she'd kind of stop that because it's louder than you've ever heard it before. Good morning, she greets. I see you all are finally awake. Had a good night? And she gives
Maybe?
a knowing look.
It
She's actually
depends. Was I with you all night?
And I'm just coming on duty first thing this morning. I'm the morning guard, so I heard you all had a great time last night. She's talking in a normal tone, but to you guys, it's loud, and those keys will not stop jangling.
Mm-hmm.
They're echoing, and your head is you still have the spinning going on. You're wincing.
I start kind of feeling around, my waist, looking for my gear, because all I can think about is just stabbing that loud guard.
You have none of your gear on you. You just have that woolen shirt, some trousers, some socks, and that blanket that they've thrown over you just to getting too cold in the night air in the bottom of the prison. But she is opening the cell door, and she's ushering you out, and she says, "It's my job to get you safely to the manor. No telling what'll happen if you go alone."
I'm sorry, what? We're going where?
Oh, you have to go to the manor. Lord Blackwing has requested your presence this morning. I'm sure to talk about yesterday's activities.
All four of us?
What if we don't remember yesterday's activities?
I'm sure with a little prodding you can be probably answer. But you know what? You've had some ember rum, and ember rum is quite effective. And the amount you had, I'd give it a few. Just give it a few and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
So she unlocks the metal door, and Chance gets up first, and he heads over to the pile of boots and pulls out his boots. And he also goes over and Chance, roll a history check for me.
4.
You have no idea which set of gear belongs to you. So you just stand there with your hands on your hips, looking at it, wondering what to do. Okay, who was next on that one? Alessa, roll a history check for me.
Nat 20.
Even in your hungover state, you feel confident. You go right over to your gear, and you know exactly. You recognize the cloak. You recognize everything. You see your fine pair of boots. You see a very small toy that you recognize, and that letter in your pocket crinkles with complete normality. It's suddenly come back to you that is your gear, and you're ready to face the day. All right, Jane.
All right. Sorry, I'm really, really hungover.
Same.
Okay.
All right, so we've got 17.
Okay, you're fairly certain that you've chosen the correct gear. You don't recognize some of it though. You see in there a lethal-looking silver dagger, which is nice, but you also see a silver brooch that you have no idea how you got it, and it is shaped like a cog, and it's affixed to your cloak.
Okay.
You also see a small flask of ale and a little toy that you have. You also see a half of a sweet bun, but it's crushed in your pocket, and it's kind of sticky.
Oh, it's so sad and crushed.
It's probably still good.
It might still be edible.
It's okay.
All right, Gust, roll your history.
17.
17. You think you know which gear is yours also, so I guess that you pick up your gear and you find your copper ring. It's right there. You see a small trinket box that you don't know where it came from, but you've got this trinket box. It does have a really cool looking raven engraved on the top of it. You don't know where you came across it, but it's kind of cool. You got a big pile of rags that, as you lift them, you realize forms a scarf. So
I toss my big old scarf around my neck. Ooh, feel a little bit more myself.
There you go. You've got an old brochure in your pocket too. It's from some old traveling circus that you kind of remember. It's still a little hazy in the back.
Okay,
and that leaves Chance picking up the last bag of gear that must be yours. I mean, everyone else seemed pretty confident that they've got the right one. So the morning guard allows you to put your boots on and gather your gear. And she says, it's time for the walk of shame. Let's go. And she slings that battle axe over her shoulder, and She points to the exit and marches you out toward Blackwing Manor.
Well, just a quick correction. I don't think after the night we had, this is a walk of shame. I think this group, what we did must have been pretty impressive, right, guys?
Well,
Must have
would
been.
imagine.
I don't remember.
Well, I'd hate to be you today, she says. Lord Blackwing was not happy about your shenanigans last night. In fact, it's a good thing that you're with me because these townsfolk are probably not going to be too kindly to seeing your asses out of jail.
Wow.
But Lord Blackwing has a forgiving heart, so we'll see what happens. The people you pranked last night, not as forgiving. We'll see what happens.
There were pranks involved?
Oh, I just heard about them. I just came on duty this morning, but the people were talking last night after the festival. It was talk of the town. So
I'm sure
Wow.
there must be some mistake. I performer. I make music. You know. Da 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 da
Well-
da da da.
we'll have to see what happens. So Blackwing Manor is located in the northwest part of Ravenscroft on a gentle rise. It gives anyone standing in the upper rooms a spectacular view of the Silver Sea to the north. And it also gives them a view of the thick, unyielding lunar mist forest to the south. The walk from the jail cell near the Ravenscroft training grounds takes approximately 40 minutes through the merchant district. As you and your companions are escorted, several townsfolk, merchant sailors, and farmers stop what they're doing and glare at you as they pass. Now, Gust, why don't you roll an insight check?
Sure.
While that's happening, did I wake up wearing my ring?
You found it in your gear.
Okay, good.
12.
Okay, you don't really understand what happened, why they're glaring at you. What on earth happened yesterday? You have no idea.
But I'd like
Okay.
to take things in stride, and if there's, if people are no reason to be rude back, so it's just
Sure.
smiles, and it's
So give them a friendly wave. Certainly.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
waving back, but you can do that, sure.
positivity. It's really
There you go. There you
key to
go.
pay it forward.
There you go. Jane, roll an insight check. She's waving also.
Wow, this die is not my friend tonight. That would be a 5.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
townsfolk, they're glaring at you. They are
I'm
like
sure they are.
they are glaring at you, and one of them
She's like,
picks up a stick and just kind of makes a motion toward you until they realize that you are with one of the very sturdy, formidable guards of the town, and realize that that you're well in hand to be facing Lord Blackwing this morning. All right, Alessa, what'd you roll?
I was gonna say, can she try and roll a performance check with her lute to kind of like try and play some calming music to make them kind of like her?
Absolutely, but you do have 2 points of exhaustion, so that's I believe someone needs to DM me, school me on this. Is it a disadvantage on the ability check? So yes, you can roll performance with disadvantage.
So the first one is 14 and 10.
Okay. All right. So you kind of make a little bit of a dance, but you're still a little dizzy, and it looks more like a stagger than anything. But you're putting a smile into it and some really good hand waves and motions, but the people aren't buying it at this point. All right, Chance, do you want to see if you can figure out what these townsfolk are thinking about you?
That's a 12.
A 12. Okay, so same thing as Gus. The two of you look at each other. You can't figure out why the townsfolk are glaring. It's what could you have possibly done to tick off this many people? But you're approaching Blackwing Manor from the south, and the guard seems to be parading you right through the large open field where dozens of the locals are now cleaning up from some sort of party from the day before. There's stacks of empty barrels and crates. They're being rolled and carried back to the nearby tavern. Large bins of trash overflowing are being emptied. There's colorful banners in autumn colors, beautiful amber, rusts, and golds. They flap in the gentle breeze, and some have been torn down and are lying, in the trampled commons. And one large banner in the same color scheme over a gated entrance says Harvest Festival. So you're kind of being walked through the area where you have infamously done some deeds the night before.
It is such a shame. I love the Harvest Festival. I wish we knew what happened.
Same here.
The guard she just nods her head and says, "Well, you'll be remembering soon. If that amber rum wears off, you'll probably remember."
Maybe if I could just have some more,
that always seems to solve my problems.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'm sure Blackwing will have something for you. He's very generous with that. So let's just go see Lord Blackwing. There are sturdy teens. They're carrying the stools and tables. Market stalls are restocking for the day's general trade. Some tables are still set up under massive tents where empty flagons of ale and plates of leftover and partially eaten foods have been collected. A couple of people are still sitting at the tables, having just woken, slowly working off their hangovers. And joyous laughter and merriment can be heard, the general buzz after a great party, until you and your companions enter the fairground. Then a hushed silence descends on the townsfolk, and their voices drop to murmurs. "There they are, the scallywags," a woman tells her friend. "I wonder if Blackwing will take pity on them," says another. "After what they did, I would think not." The guard leads the four of you straight to the doors of Blackwing Manor and nods to the guards outside. After a knock and a short wait, the doors are opened by a very dapper elven gentleman. "Welcome to Blackwing Manor," he greets cordially. "Please come in." He leads the party into the great hall and gestures them to take a seat. "Lord Blackwing will be here shortly. He apologizes for the delay and asks that you make yourselves comfortable." He points to a table with a variety of normal breakfast foods such as eggs, sausages, and porridge, but also some unusual fare. There is a plate of cooked eel, by the look and smell of it. There's a large dish of chopped potatoes, fried with bacon and cheese and smothered with red sauce. Oh, you recognize that as the Greasy Adventure. It's a specialty at the Rusty Anchor. There's also a large flagon of ale, the hair of the dog. There's loaves of freshly baked bread. Also, some sweet treats. There's a baked apple tart with cinnamon sugar glaze. There's a flaky phyllo pastry. It's topped with crushed pistachio and honey. It's one of the more exotic fares. There's sweet buns, and there's something else that's interesting. Eel jelly buns. Jelly beans? Eel jelly beans. They have those too.
Ooh, yum.
I don't know about that.
Is anyone else in the room with us?
The butler does take his leave. He goes to another door at the opposite end of the room, and you are left, just the four of you, in the great hall of Blackwing Manor.
So I kind of scoot my way over to the ale.
Okay.
Are there any cups nearby, or is it?
Yep. There's some
good.
goblets right there. Sure.
Because I would just drink right out of the pitcher if there wasn't. Okay, so I pour a little goblet and just have a drink.
Okay. Awesome.
Kind of lean back and go, ah.
There you go. That's the hair of the dog. You got it. Anyone else going to do anything with the food, or?
I mean, this is a pretty good sign, right? I mean, if we were in real trouble, he wouldn't put out this kind of delicious breakfast feast for us, right?
I mean, it
Could be
a
last
trap
meal,
of some kind.
she says as she pours a goblet of ale.
Hey, come on now. Let's not be quite so dismal.
All right, sorry. I like to joke about gallows. Maybe one day
we're gonna
catch
eat
on.
it
Understood.
Okay, well, I mean, if last meal, then...
Right. I was just thinking that. I head for the sticky buns. I've got like the ale in one hand and the sticky bun in the other hand.
I'm going right after those little jelly eel buns. I love them little jelly eel buns.
Yeah, Alyssa's making herself a plate of the Greasy Adventure and the apple tarts with some of the fresh bread.
Okay. Chance, are you partaking in any of the food?
Well, I've never turned down a free meal in my life, so I'll get a little mug of ale and sit down and start tearing into a few eels.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, nice.
if the I'm sorry, I'm fighting bronchitis, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna cough.
Okay.
Excuse me. Because you chose to eat your hangover food, you can remove 1 point of exhaustion. And because you chose to eat your special pastry shop treat, you can remove your 2nd point of exhaustion. So you are officially not as hammered as you were. Once you have had time to eat and converse a little, the butler reopens the main door to the great hall, and Lord Blackwing enters. He enters silently, and with an inclination of his head, simply greets his guests. He does make a point to turn to his butler and give him a sincere, "Thank you, Hamlin." You understand immediately why Lord Blackwing is well respected in Ravenscroft. Hamlin bows his head and takes his leave.
Thank you, Hamlin.
Thank you.
Corvus Blackwing is a paladin, which is well known, and he is the Lord of Ravenscroft. He's been the Lord of Ravenscroft for a very long time. Lord Anselin Ferncrest, the king of Covinth, which is the mostly human realm in the world of Amon-Rath, where we are. He rules justly. He's very fair. He has long black hair with some streaks of silver at the temple. He has dark black eyes, and he is tall, well-built, has seen some war, but he does live alone. He does have a warm and gentle heart, but it kind of hides behind his brooding demeanor sometimes. But as urchins, you don't really have a lot of run-ins with, only no reputation. He stands in front of a large north-facing open window. It immediately gives you a sense of foreboding because his face becomes slightly obscured in the shadow that his own figure creates as the sun directly on his back and across the vast great hall. Your eyes have a hard time adjusting to the light, and they're still kind of adjusting just to being open at this point. He says to you in a deep, dark voice, "It seems that the 4 of you enjoyed yourselves last eve at the Harvest Festival. One of our honored guests, Shackleford Dunsby, reported an entire barrel of his famous ember rum missing from his stall soon after he arrived in town, just as the Harvest Festival started. This barrel was labeled with his official seal, and it was numbered for tracking purposes. We found it empty when we found the 4 of you passed out near the south gate just before dawn. Additionally, several of our merchants reported a variety of hijinks, a rather descriptive montage of artwork across the facade of the ancient compass. Agnes Bristlebeard was not happy about that. His eyes linger a little overlooked. There was a stolen silver brooch, an offering from the Temple of Gond. It was there previously, and it is gone now. And his eyes linger on Jane. A small silver trinket box was stolen from this very room. His eyes rest on Gust. Blackwing turns and gestures to the large fireplace. The metal screen is lying against the stone hearth, and ash is scattered as if a breeze came down through the chimney across the floor. As Blackwing continues, 2 members of his staff enter the room discreetly and beginning cleaning the area around the fireplace. It seems as though Blackwing wanted the mess to remain until it was addressed with the adventurers. Well, what do you have to say for yourselves? He asks each of you.
I don't remember any of it. I don't know how it happened. I don't know.
I would say that the mission was a success. You have a security problem that we were able to
identify
for you.
Yes.
Identify.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Done.
Right.
very low security. You must up it. If you know, precious family heirlooms are very, you know, you do not want these things touched, right? Yes.
You
True.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and in fact, of course, obviously, we wouldn't dare dream of robbing you, Your Majesty. So
Okay,
of course,
I'm going to stop you right there for 1 second. Roll a charisma check. Just a
Ooh,
straight charisma check.
that's not a good one.
With advantage because I was helping? Question mark.
You're gonna do it too in a second.
She says
Okay.
no.
No, that's a 3.
Okay. Before you start to talk to him, I gotta remember what color I assigned to all of you. Chance, you're orange. I remember that. Alessa, you're purple.
I think I'm green.
You're green. Okay. So before you can say the rest of your sentence, it slips out. The old crow, you call him.
Oh, don't.
And then you quickly, embarrassed, make a hasty correction and address him formally. But you call him the old crow.
Old Crow Majesty. I mean, your crowiness. Lord Black Hair, beautiful black hair man. Oh God. Here's your box. Here's your box. I'm so sorry.
He says, "Thank you for your honesty," and he accepts it and places it back on the fireplace.
So
So
Jane's gonna look at her coat and see that the brooch that he was eyeballing is there and go, "Ooh, I guess that I don't recognize it anyway." Here you go.
As you approach him, you roll a charisma check.
This die hates me. A 7.
You also inadvertently call him by the nickname the urchins call him, that you believe the urchins call him in the streets. I'm so sorry. Do you remember what that is, or do you want me to?
Sorry, old black eye. I know. Here's the brooch.
Okay.
Back away slowly.
He accepts it and he says, "Thank you for your honesty."
I'm trying. I really don't remember what
It's
happened.
okay. You're doing great. We're gonna get out of this.
Thanks.
My
hope so.
lord, they are very young. They are trying best. Please do not hold against them. We are just
Yes.
young impressionables who were just merely
Very young.
looking to have fun at festival, and we
Mhm.
whatever happened was just the innocence of youth. Da?
Innocent, so impressionable. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
let
mean,
me explain. Go ahead.
How's the
He'll
birth
stop
rate
and
in
he'll-
the- Yeah, how's the birth rate in town? I thought some of those drawings I made were pretty instructional.
He raises his eyebrow and he shakes his head at you, and he says, "Agnes Bristlebeard is gonna have to be hiring folks to clean that off of her storefront for the next week. You certainly did use a lot of that purple paint." He clears his throat discreetly. Says, "To explain a little something to you about Ember Rum," and he looks straight at Alessa. "I have invited Shackleford Dunsby here." And the door to the great hall opens once more, and in walks an old dwarf. He has long white hair and a full beard and mustache. His eyes are blue and sparkle above a large, bulbous nose. His hands are gnarled with arthritis, and he walks with a cane, a slight limp in his left leg. He sees the group of young urchins and lifts his cane, shaking it warily at them. "There they are, you young scalawags." I always talk like a pirate when I talk in dwarf. "Pinching me fine brew, you know, right out from my nose. I hope you learned, you know, lesson. An aching head for days, I wager." Shackleford Dunsby goes on to explain the history behind his Ember Rum and how it's made. Ember Rum is a smooth, alcoholic beverage brewed just outside Embershire in a secluded distillery owned and operated by Shackleford Dunsby. It is distilled using the sugar cane Dunsby grows on his farm, mixed with a secret recipe of grains, berries, and other riches of the realm. It also contains fiery ember from Ashburn Peak, the ash that lines his oak barrel. It is a very, very smooth drink and gently coats your throat. It gives anyone who drinks it a feeling of very warm satisfaction. Ember rum is usually served in a wooden stein. In finer establishments, the interior of the flagons are rubbed with the same fiery ember as the barrels.
Cool. I assume that is not how we drank it.
I'll take 3, please.
He kind of grins at you. He's humored by your youth and exuberance, but he also knows that you'll probably never be able to drink it again. He says the effects of having 4 or more servings of ember rum are bouts of amnesia, playful mischievousness, terrible hangover, gritty eyes, nauseous, headaches, etc., and the aforementioned exhaustion that you are able to overcome. Anyone who overindulges in ember rum are far less likely to ever want to drink it again, and the mere smell of it makes them nauseous. This is why most barkeeps offer a stern warning to anyone who requests a 3rd draft. He also, just because he has you as a captive audience, he's kind of a loner. He also tells you some of the other experimentations. This is as he's eating some of the eel and pastries and goodies off the table of some of the earlier recipes he's created. He said, yeah, there was this one that caused fire spitting. I put too much ash in that brew. Nearly set my own house on fire with that batch. Caused some heartburn, you know. There was one time I grew in size. I thought I was losing my mind, you know. Me breeches didn't seem to fit right. Me boots didn't fit.
Oh, yeah.
Then that was a time, you know, I mixed it with, you know, creek shallows, you know. And instead of the rich ember water, near where, you know, the cinderfish grow. And then there was the one time where it caused the spins, you know, where it's coming out one end or the other. You know, poor Mildred, me old hound, she ain't never going to forgive me for that one, you know. And then there was one time it caused yodeling. I don't know if you ever heard yodeling from a dwarf, but it's kind of far-fetched. And poor Mildred didn't like that either. And by this time, he'd have gone on more and more, but Lord Blackwing interrupted. If the 4 of you split an entire barrel of ember rum during last night's festivities, you will probably never want another drop of ever again. Shameful, really, as the taste is unmatched in any other kingdom on this realm. There are 3,968 ounces in a barrel. At 16 ounces per pint, that means there are 240. Now your head is spinning with this information. That means there are 248 pints in a barrel. Now, I don't believe the 4 of you consumed an entire barrel of ember rum between you. You all would have died. However, the barrel's empty, and the 4 of you bear the responsibility and will be held accountable. Dunsby nods approvingly. He's now on his 2nd helping of eel. The 4 of you confessed last night to all your misdeeds. There's no need to go before the magistrate. However, I have personally settled the matter with Dunsby, so now your debt is with me. Dunsby nods again and tells the party, here's the finest gentleman in the kingdom, you know, reimbursing me. Wouldn't have been such a bother, you know, except I lost a barrel when the other cart broke down on the way here, you know. One of my finer quality vintage barrels, you know. Blackwing gently interrupts. The cost of 1 barrel of ember rum is 600 gold. Yeah. 600 gold between you.
I have 10.
You check your pockets, and you actually have about 3 copper.
Scratch that. 3 copper.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not exactly flush at the moment. No.
So how can we repay this debt?
Roll an insight check. I'm sorry, an intelligence history check for me, please.
Oh, it likes me a little bit more. 12.
Okay. You remember a barrel, an abandoned shack, and a bunch of dares from the night before. Your memory is slowly coming back. Slowly coming back to you. all of you check your pockets, packs, bags, and any other pouches, and you only really have a few coppers between you. Anything that you had prior to that in gold and silver is either lost, stolen, or gambled away during your Dare Fest the previous night. Ravenscroft just nods his head. I see. Well, if you cannot reimburse me for the barrel of Ember Rum, it seems you have only two choices. You can return to the Ravenscroft training grounds with Batol, that's the guard, and serve your time in prison, working each day in the field with the other soldiers and sailors. And then when your debt is paid, you'll be freed. I'm guessing it will take 3 to 4 years. Your second...
Option 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Maybe
really only
3 or 4
other
options.
No, you have one choice. is to help me with a problem in Lunar Mist Forest.
Oh.
I am intrigued.
I think we are natural problem solvers.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really remember what I am, but
Problem
a
causers
problem
as
in a
well.
forest sounds like a lot of fun.
South of the city, in Lunar Mist Forest, there have been reports of some larger than normal creatures. They're lurking near the main thoroughfare for about a week prior to the Harvest Festival. Hunters and other travelers have noted unusually large webs strung below the thick canopies, many reaching the road. Normally it's not an issue, but the reports are coming back that the activity is moving closer and closer to Ravenscroft, and the matter must be dealt with swiftly.
We could all go to prison and make Anne scramble.
Guess
Oh,
who's going
you
to
are
attack you in
evil.
prison?
Are you sure we
Oh,
cannot
that's
take
it. Game over.
cocaine
Going to prison.
instead?
No, just kidding.
Well, these aren't exactly working hands. They're fighting hands. So if there's some beasties that need a punching, I'd be amiable.
Ravenscroft looks at your hands and he notices the obvious soot stains still on the previous night.
Are you sure I cannot, play you a song and we call it even?
He just glares at you.
And it was
Your
very
plan
good
might have
ale.
been that good.
Okay. So you accept. Go ahead.
But just a quick question: if it's a monster's coming, big beasties coming out of the woods, and you do have such strong guards, and soldiers at your beck and call, I mean, why us? I mean, we're just citizens of the lowest, rung, I suppose.
My guards and soldiers and trained armsmen and women did not lay pranks across my great city yesterday, and you did.
Ah.
And therefore, you should deal with the matter.
Seems legit.
Now, if you
Oh.
choose to accept this quest, we'll call it, I will also give you, and he looks over all your faces and sees how young you are, and sees probably a hint of determination. And he says, I will give you all a letter of recommendation to the Wandering Lost. Now, the Wandering Lost, you do recall that name. It is, you're coming out of your stupor a little bit more. It is the largest guild in the realm, and it is a guild of adventurers and hunters, and they form parties and they go on great adventures, and you must have a letter of recommendation from someone very important to get into it. Now, he looks at Chance and he says, or for some people, a second letter of recommendation. If you do not return, we'll assume you have either perished or have become fugitives of justice. Though I pray you will return victorious.
Mm-hmm.
He also gives you each.
Do we?
He also each gives you each a potion of healing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And-
Your generosity knows no bounds. You're a great ruler and wonderful man. Very beautiful man, too.
And he also gives you provisions for 3 days, although he doesn't expect it'll take you 3 days. Mostly, the provisions are the leftovers of the treats that he had brought in for each of you.
So I can take all these sticky buns then, because they're really good.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so you are heading to now this is where Samira Batol, she is the morning guard. She comes back. She was waiting for you outside, and she's going to come and drop you off at the edge of the forest and out the south gate. But do we want to take a break there and do 5-minute break, or it's what, 11? Well, it's 11 here, but what is it there?
It's
8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go a little bit longer.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. This was going to be the middle point, but we got
Well,
ahead of
can we maybe
ourselves.
do that for just a second while we ride out on our cart or walk
Very
out?
good. You're probably going to walk out, and unfortunately, the south gate takes you straight past the the fairgrounds once again. So you'll have to pass by all those people giving you glares.
Yeah. Okay. Big heroes. All right.
Thank you
Thanks.
for being here today. Thank you. Princess Wave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kisses.
Yeah. Get great. Remember these faces.
Elbow,
Heroes of the
elbow,
realm.
wrist, wrist. Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. I play at tavern later this week. Come, it'd be great.
Hey, you should come play at my tavern.
Mm. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Own a tavern?
No. I just live there.
Oh, live in a tavern.
Mm-hmm.
I live on the street mostly.
She
Aw,
lives
you
in
should come hang
this
out.
tavern here. This is
Oh.
this is the Crow's Nest Inn and Tavern.
I've been in and around.
There's-
I've actually slept in the back alley a few times.
There's no dragon on that.
Thank
No.
That's for later.
No
I'll put that over
dragon.
here. Oh, did I give
And
too
we
much
all
away?
die.
Well,
Okay.
and Chance, what did he mean? Again, I mean, a letter of recommendation
Good
for the
question.
guild. That's amazing. But I mean, you can't have gotten in already. I mean, you're one of us. Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Well,
Well, we were nobody. Then we drank and became somebodies, and now we are somebody's nobody likes.
I liked it better.
Yeah,
when we
what
were
she said.
Nobody liked.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about.
Okay.
Insight check.
Okay.
10.
I mean, he doesn't know what you're talking about. He probably has him confused with somebody else.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
there's paisley blue tieflings running around the city. I'm sure he's thinking of somebody else.
So as
Okay.
you're walking toward down the southern part of the southern gate, it takes about an hour. It's a big city.
Hmm.
So you all get to know each other, and you kind of have seen each other around town as urchins kind of bind together do. And if you want to introduce yourselves and talk about yourselves as you're walking, that's fine. Samara is with you. She's escorting you. She's making sure that the townspeople who are still quite angry that you kind of ruined their harvest festival with your shenanigans. And
Didn't mean to.
so
I
she's
prefer liven up.
Yeah.
okay. So if you want to do that as you're walking, that's fine too.
Sure.
Why don't you each describe your characters to each other? You know what everybody is.
Chance is a very light blue tiefling, dressed in very simple clothing. He has a crossbow and a pair of daggers, and is mostly quiet and keeps to himself.
Gust is wearing pretty tight clothes, but he has this really ratty kind of knit scarf cloak thing that's wrapped around his head or his neck. He has a smattering of blue freckles on his pale skin, and his hair, no matter if there's wind or not, just seems to keep flopping everywhere. Like, it's completely unruly mess of a head.
He's living up to his name.
Yeah, well named.
And what is Gust?
Gust is an air genasi. There's no weapons on him. But his knuckles are pretty calloused.
Oh.
Okay.
So Alyssa stands about 6 feet. She's a half-orc, has the prominent tusks going on, has a deep scar across her nose, mismatched, gaudy, bright clothing. Like it's like bits of performers' uniforms that were fished out of the trash and kind of put together to fit upon her. She carries around a lute, and she has a short sword strapped to her side. And the lute, because she fished out of the trash, is constantly out of tune, hence why she earned the nickname Alyssa the Tone Deaf.
Oh,
It's unfortunate. And so Jane is a human. She has brown hair and brown eyes and fair skin. And she is dressed in what you would imagine as like the clothing of a tavern wench. You know, like the typical, poofy shirt and the dress, and she has a little dagger, and she's just a little Jane.
Okay. And as all of you are walking along, you're also very lost. You still have on you a very prized possession that was not lost, stolen, or gambled away. And you have your own reasons as to why you came upon these items. The ownership of them was that you own them was not questioned by the guards or anyone else, and Lord Blackwing didn't say anything to you about them either. So those items are attuned to you and have been part of your life growing up. For some reason, maybe they were a heirloom or something handed down to you. So you do have those possessions still on you, as well as you feel in your pocket that little item that you want to keep secret. You don't want anyone to see it, but it reassures you that you're going to be okay. It's very reassuring. Unlike that bird that, I don't know, where's a bird? Is it just me or someone hearing a bird?
There's the plumbing, the exposed pipes behind me may be making a noise. Apologies.
That's okay. It just had some. I should have gone into the sewers, right? I should have sent you into the sewers.
No,
literally my bedroom
good.
right now.
Sewer's bad.
I would have had to draw a whole nother map.
As we were walking along, just apropos of nothing, Chance will say, "Oh, that's a good question. So you stole a brooch, you stole
Apparently.
a box." And then he turns to look at Alyssa. What did you do?
I stole drink, possibly. I don't know. Would I play too loudly? Maybe.
Roll a history check.
13.
You remember the barrel rolled quite easily along the trampled grass of the fairground after you pinched it.
So I might have moved the barrel, just kind of gave it a little nudge with foot, and if it rolled towards us, it happened to roll towards us. It's God's, the gods bless us with good drink. We never have good drink normally, so why not take advantage of God's blessing?
Very
I
smart.
am not arguing with that logic.
What goes up comes down. Wait, so box, brooch, barrel. Chance, what did you get up to?
Oh yeah, I painted porn all over that storefront.
Right.
Oh, yes.
It was quite informative and
Makes
very
sense
creative.
now. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
hear
I didn't-
you hear a little snigger from your guard. She's kind of laughing under her breath.
What about the second one where the it looked like two, but I didn't understand how the bits, and we do not need to go into details on that one. But
I'll explain it when you're older.
Okay, so now you're approaching the south gate, and you have gotten some jeers from the crowd, but mostly they're kind of relaxing into the day and going about their business after the festival, either cleaning up or resting, or just kind of letting bygones be bygones, and realizing that you're punished for whatever you did right now as you're being escorted through town. A little history about Lunar Mist Forest, and the guard is happy to tell you about it as you kind of grow quiet after you've introduced yourselves and reminisce about the night before. She kind of tells you about Lunar Mist Forest, which none of you have ever been in. And she lets you know that it's an ancient woodland. It's got a coarse woody debris on the floor and a variety of treetops above. A small road of cobblestone, mostly covered in moss, was laid centuries before in a haphazard fashion. Those long-dead architects chose the easiest route for the road, avoiding the laborious task of felling old trees or moving giant boulders. This resulted in a meandering pathway through dense wood. The road is called Endymion's Passage, named after a very old innkeeper who still receives guests at the Moon's Rest 100 miles south through the dense forest. A single cart trail marks the road, though the ruts are difficult to maneuver. Most merchants prefer the nearby Morning's Cry River when traveling between Ferncrest Keep and Ravenscroft. And you can see that on the map right below me, right down there. Right there on the map. So as the party leaves Ravenscroft via the south gate, Samara Batol, the guard, has escorted you this far and bids you farewell as you follow the road into the forest. Behind you, the south gate swings closed and your heads ring at the sound of the clanking locks.
Ugh. They keep making the noise.
it's okay.
It is like
Okay.
two cats in alley, but both of them are deaf cats and yelling louder and louder.
I've never thought of that, but that sounds about right. Lots of screeching.
Many nights have had sleep interrupted.
It's just
Okay.
the sound of the night lulls me right to sleep.
Okay. You walk for a few miles down the rutted road, and this beginning area of Lunar Mist Forest just south of the city is not as dense, and the walk is pleasant in the warm autumn morning. Eventually, you come to a small river. A stone bridge about 12 feet wide and 30 feet long spans the river. Thank you for role-playing. I'll give you an inspiration for that.
Oh, thank you.
The stone bridge is about 12 feet wide and 30 feet long, and it spans over the river. And on the other side, the forest grows denser, and the air is still and cool. And I've got a note here. It says, "Logan, reveal the map."
Logan? Who is this Logan?
Do
I
it.
know.
Do it.
There's currently
Hey.
subscribers filling up that area right there, but that's great. We'll take those over the
Yay,
map any day.
subscribers!
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll pause
Yes,
for that.
Thank you, Rylan
Thank
TV, for
you.
gifting 5 subs.
Oh,
Wow.
Rylan, thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Like,
Rylan.
you are amazing.
Thank you, Rylan. Rylan's one of my wonderful friends from my channel. Look at that! Look, all these subscriptions covering up my beautiful battle map. Rylan is actually going to get a chance to play on this map at Gen Con coming up. This actual map. Hopefully, he's hoping. Okay, so as you let me see, I can't see all these subscriptions. This is awesome.
What a wonderful problem!
I know, it's a great problem.
Best problem ever.
Ever. Okay, so let me glance in at this map here. Okay, so I think
Ah, dragon.
I'm just kidding.
Ah, we're all gonna
There's
die.
no
More
treasure.
battle
Okay.
naps.
So I do need a
Hey,
marching.
it's the map!
Yay! I do need a marching order, please, and I'll get my pen and paper here because I can't. I have 3 screens in front of me, and I'm not that coordinated. So, what's your marching order?
Yeah, I'm at the back behind all these big people. I'm just
Okay.
Second to
a
last.
little tiny human.
Okay, yeah, Gust is
You
definitely
guys
out.
go first.
Gust is definitely out in front, kind of just like walking along the cobblestones and kind of doing cool balancing acts and doing a really bad job of paying attention.
Okay, who's after Gust?
Alyssa would be, and she'd be like trying to play while he's moving, like trying to play him in
Okay.
tune. It's still horribly out of tune, though.
All right,
That's
that
cool.
puts. that
Tune is a
puts-
matter of perception.
All right, that puts Chance right between. See, now I went and put your real names here. Hold on, Alyssa and Chance and Jane. Okay, you're between Alyssa and Jane. Okay, so let's get you on the bridge, coming across the bridge here. Gust, I didn't have a male monk. Sorry.
All good, no worries.
I also didn't have a half orc. Bard.
It's fine.
So
I
you
like
get a-
playing with stereotypes.
You get a gnome bard, yeah. But I did have a tiefling, so there you go. And I did have a rogue.
It's
All right,
Chance's
so-
wild magic.
Is that showing up on the map, or is it not showing
No,
up yet? Okay.
too far off. Hey, look at that.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, you're Gust. You are just kind of tripping along on the bridge and
Actually,
walking
like,
along
up on the railing of the
on the
bridge.
railing. Okay. And Alyssa, you doing the same thing? Sort of just playing
She's
your lute.
yeah, she's more in the middle of the road to where she can kind of move out of the way in case Gust falls back.
Falls backward. Okay. And Chance, are you just walking across the bridge, or are you?
Yep, just walking.
And Jane.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking for any possible signs of trouble because these guys ahead of me are clearly not paying attention and have not gone on such adventures in I don't know how long, or they're too hungover. But yeah,
Right.
I'm going to be looking for anything.
Okay. What is your passive perception, Jane?
Not high. 10.
Okay, that's fine. You hear a rattling sound. I'm gonna catch my throat and cough like for half an hour if I do this, but just sort of like it's sound.
So, I'm going to look for the source.
Okay. Which way you kind of hear it from coming from below you.
I will look below me.
Okay. So you see coming up behind out of the water a very large snake. Is it on the map?
Not quite.
Why
Scroll
did
down.
it have
Slide it
to
down a
be
little further.
snakes?
There we go.
There we go. Everyone can see it now.
Okay, and it's coming right toward you, and I will give you
Did you guys see that? A fly literally just crawled right across my camera.
Oh, that's what it was.
How wild.
I was freaked out. I was like, is that on my screen? Okay,
Jump
so
stairs with Colin.
I am going to say that Jane, you roll initiative right now.
All right.
Okay, what'd you
Guys
get?
are loving you.
5.
Okay, and the snake strikes right at you, very bad.
Of course it does.
A 20. Does a 20 hit you?
Maybe.
Yeah, check.
Oh, you lucked out. You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
Oof.
And I need for you to roll a
So not cool.
con check, please. A lot of these, by the way, a lot of these creatures are homebrewed, so don't go looking up stuff. I'm mostly telling the audience so they don't go, hey, I didn't have...
I seriously need a new die.
What'd you get?
Bad. I got a 5.
A 5? Oh, you lucked out. You take 6 points of poison damage.
On top of the 5?
So, I collapse on the ground.
Ah!
And since it's now Jane's turn, she has to roll a death save.
Roll a death save. I spotted the darn thing.
Oh god, level 1! Ah!
Level 1. Level 1.
Can you see
What
it?
is it?
Can you see it?
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Die.
Finally.
You have failed me thus far.
All right, so that's okay. You have 2 now. What? Right?
Right.
All right, good. All right, so I need the rest of you to roll initiative after you see your friend fall to the snake.
Roll high, people.
8.
Okay.
6.
14.
14. All right, so that makes you first. Okay. So Gust, what do you do?
I punched the snake. I'm gonna. Is the
Right in
snake
the face.
is the snake in the water, or did the snake?
The snake came up around the back of the bridge here,
Okay.
and it's only a medium, so it's right there. You'll have to go around chance to get to it.
All right, then yeah. If I can get around chance,
Yep.
shoom shoom, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
punch.
I'm gonna give it a
no.
what for?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Now punch
step
that
on
snake.
it. Step on it. Here, I'm gonna attack. First attack. I mean, I rolled a nat 20.
Yay! Good. Awesome.
That's amazing. My fists do 1d4. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Now,
And then-
my sorry, my homebrew rules are you don't double your dice. You automatically get the max of whatever dice it would have been.
Okay. So then that's 4 plus 3 is 7.
Okay, so 7 points to the snake.
And then I use my bonus action to attack again.
Okay.
And that's a 1.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so you were really excited about that.
I was pretty pumped.
That pretty pump. Yeah, and the next one you kind of slip on the slipperiness of the snake, and actually you kind of catch your comrade's hand under your boot as you slip.
Oh, sorry. A
Yeah,
crunch. Oh.
Yeah.
Ah!
So she might have a sprained hand when she comes to. You better hope that she's forgives you for that. Okay,
Well,
so
she lives.
she still has another roll, so you're okay. She may not remember. Just don't tell her, right? All right, Alyssa, what do you do?
Alyssa is gonna look at Jane and say, "Get up!" And on up, she casts Healing Word.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
I'll let you roll for the health back.
That is 5 points of health.
Very good. Okay, so you're conscious, but you're still prone. All right. And are you going to stay there?
To where she's no longer in range of the snake.
Okay. Yeah, it's a medium creature, so it only has a 5 foot range. Okay, and Chance, what do you do?
I'm not right next to the snake, right? There's a little bit of space between us.
There's one space between you, yeah.
Cool. I back up away from the snake.
Yeah, of course you do. Yep.
And I'm going to reach into one of my pouches and pull out this amethyst crystal that I have. And as
Okay.
I incant a spell, it begins to glow with frosty energy, and I cast Ray of Frost.
Awesome. Okay. Is that you have to school me on
No,
this? Is that
it's
a savings for me? Or is it
No,
just
it's
damage?
an attack roll for me.
Okay, go for it. I rarely play. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Ah, great.
Okay, so excuse me, I'm so sorry. The bridge, apparently it's just recently rained, and the bridge is a little slick, and so you kind of lose your footing. And roll a dexterity check, please.
It's okay, guys. We're getting them out of the way now.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, you just managed to not tumble off the other side of the bridge into the river, but you definitely did not get a chance to hit that snake. That spell. Okay, back to the top of the order. The snake now faces Gust, that just hit it with its fists and attacks. Ooh, nope. A 9?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Actually, I'm sorry. A snake can reach 10 feet. So I'm sorry. It's a giant snake, so it can reach 10 feet. But
It's a big old snake. Okay.
It says it's a medium beast, but it does have a 10-foot reach, which is fine. But it missed. Okay, so Jane, what are you gonna do?
Jane is going to do like the freaked out backwards crab crawl away from this thing, like snake, and get out of range, and just kind of.
Okay, so half your movement to stand up, and what is your movement?
Oh, there's no standing. There's just
crawling.
just
Okay,
freakishly quickly crawling backwards out of
Okay.
the range of this thing.
okay. So it would get an attack of opportunity on you.
Ah!
I believe. I'm looking. I'm new at this whole thing. I'm new at this
yeah.
whole D&D thing.
Don't nod, Chance.
Chance is like, get her. Yeah.
To be fair, we all nodded, so you have to be mad at all of us, Kim.
I am mad at all of you.
21.
Really?
Come on. No.
It rolled a 15, and it has a +6 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it hits.
You take 6 points of piercing
Of
damage.
course I do. And I roll a con save, right? Right. Okay.
Don't roll that bad die.
That's the only one I got out for tonight. Jeez. It's my Mythica. It's supposed to be good. All right.
Remember, Kim, they're curse resistant, not
I
curse
know.
repelling.
However, I rolled an 18.
Excellent. Well,
I
You,
guess it's
um,
reached its good streak now.
well, you just take half as much damage then. Not the full amount.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. I just rolled 2 ones.
Good.
Well, that's
I'll
not
take
the
one
I
damage.
got to roll a third one. Hang on. It's 3d6.
All right.
Oh my gosh, another one! I'm not even kidding.
Yes!
It's there. So you take
Ha!
take 1 point of poison. I gotta throw my dice away now.
And apparently I have jinxed my good roll streak, so
Yeah, that's probably gonna be off.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll train it. Hang on, let me get it on a 20. There we go.
All right,
Train my
there you
little
go.
soldier
Yeah.
All right, Gust, what do you do?
because I'm not doing good.
Are you up still though?
Um,
I mean, is Jane? Are you unconscious? Or are you still up?
No.
No.
I think she's
Not up.
Okay.
yeah.
No,
she's
because Alessa got how many? 5? Oh yeah, no, she's back down again.
yeah.
Cool. I will. Can I kind of go sideways and around? to get to her without an attack? I have a 30-foot movement.
You can get. You can get. Is it a? Are you trying to cast something or touch?
No,
her?
I'm trying to get close so I can drop a healing potion into her mouth.
You would get out of the range of the. You would get no, because he's already used his reaction.
Oh,
Not-
great!
I can-
Good point.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna dramatically leap over and then pull out that little healing potion and
Awesome.
pop.
Okay.
And bloop.
All right. So you want to roll it, or do you want her to roll?
You can go ahead.
2d4 plus 2. All right. Awesome. All right. And
This die better do better.
Alyssa, what do you do?
Yes, a 4.
So she's still within 60 feet of the creature, right? I'm trying
Oh yeah.
to.
5,
Okay,
10, 15. Yeah.
She's gonna take one of her daggers and throw it at it to do a ranged attack.
All right. Roll to attack.
19.
That hits.
Nice.
What would you have said if it didn't hit? Ah!
Pretty much.
All right, what's your damage?
1d4 plus 1, so that is 4.
4? Okay, it keels over. It slumps in a pile of gooey snake mess.
Thank goodness.
Don't tell Rylan because he raises snakes, so don't tell Rylan we killed. Awesome. Okay, so you've this seems like this is one of those large giant creatures that the town folk were talking about, and they weren't kidding. And all of a sudden, that bit of merriment that you guys have been celebrating over this is now it's weighing a little heavy on you. You've got a comrade already taking some serious damage there.
Yeah.
Is the snake is it just a big snake or is it an artificially large snake?
Do an Arcana check.
Certainly.
Guys,
I said to the monk.
Yeah, 8.
Years of prison is worse than this.
You have no idea.
Okay.
You have no idea. I mean, it's just a big snake.
Cool, it's a big snake.
Yeah, it's a big green snake. I mean, it looked pretty nasty. Okay, what do you do? Yes.
So Alyssa's gonna go and get her dagger, and can she make like an investigation check just to see if there's like anything odd about it?
Yes. I would do an Arcana check also.
Got it. How does 4 work?
It's a big snake. You picked up your dagger and you used the scales on the snake to clean it off, and put it away. And do you just leave the corpse there and kick it off, or into the water, or what do you do?
You think we cut
Wait.
it into small pieces, cook it?
Waste not, want not. I know a guy who can take good snake leather.
Sure. If you want to try to skin it, do you want to skin it now or skin it later?
No, I think we can just take it with us.
All right.
I'll toss a snake over my shoulders.
I have no idea. Someone in chat tell us how much a giant poisonous snake weighs.
Oh, I'm.
I would say it's probably boa constrictor. They get to about like 60, 90 pounds at their, I think. I'm not a snake person. Don't quote me on this.
Okay, maybe not then. Maybe not.
Let's see what Rylan says.
We'll come back to it later.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll just kick it off on the side and come back to it. Okay, so are you sallying forth across the bridge?
Okay, or we run.
I vote for running.
We can just
Okay.
we can just leave.
Snake.
I mean, the nearest town can't be more than a day or two away. We run, and then we set up new lives. We pick new names and identities, and we never get heard from again.
We
Don't we have to
leave
go
some
to-
goods by the
Oh.
snake, and they think the snake eat us, and had big
Snake eat us?
meal. We were too bad for it. Obviously, alcohol poisoning. It died. Problem solved.
That's an
Don't we have to
excellent
go
idea.
through
Sure.
this forest to get to the next town?
Mhm.
Chance.
If you
Okay.
noticed, Ravenscroft is a port town, and the nearest city is Ferncrest Keep, which is 100 miles south.
We can go back that way if you guys can swim.
No.
It's not bath day. I do not like water when it's not bath day.
Nice.
Let's just keep going.
Okay. Okay. But let's have our heads together. Let's keep our eyes open, and not have that happen again.
Okay. So
Hey, I tried, okay?
marching order again. You're trying to get me in bed early tonight. Well, that's it. Good night, folks.
Okay.
Okay, marching order the same thing, or
Same, but
I'm gonna move up to the middle.
she doesn't like being in the back.
Hulking thing behind me and a hulking thing in front of me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all right. So then you just cross the bridge, and you hear
eyes on swivel, super perception.
Sure. You see do a what's everyone's basic passive perception?
9.
9.
11.
Chance has a negative
10.
10.
Precious child.
Who's 11?
Oh, me. Sorry.
Okay. And who's 10?
Me.
Okay. Oh, both of you. Okay.
Yeah.
Jane and Alyssa.
We're
Okay.
street smart, not book smart.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone do a perception check. Just because your passive is so low.
0.
3.
Woohoo! 18.
Finally.
17.
All right. Who rolled the 18? All right. So Jane, you are very wary of your surroundings at this point because you have just
Yes.
taken a bunch of bites and some poison in your veins, and you
Mhm.
are just on high alert.
Mm-hmm.
There is probably no longer any effects of this alcohol going through your system right now because you are just crystal clear, looking around, something's happening, and you hear a very loud sounding ribbit.
Guys,
Yeah.
And
so
Let's
There
see,
seems
A
to be
chord goes to the B chord, then to the C chord.
okay, wait, yes, true, but wait, there seems to be some kind of a frog or a toad or something,
Oh.
and considering the snake, I think we should get away from the water.
Yeah.
So you go across the bridge.
Book it.
Yep.
right,
Dash
so you're
across.
As you dash across the bridge, a giant frog leaps out of the water
Of course it
and
does.
heads toward the party.
Oh, God.
Ah!
The snake is dead. I will take it off the board.
Get out of here, snake.
Yes, please.
And since you saw it, I'll let you all roll for initiative.
All right. Cooking with gas. Nice.
17. All right.
19.
6.
19. Twinsies.
19. Alessa, what'd you have?
17.
Chance?
6.
6. Okay. All right. So, Gust and Jane, you're both first. What do you want to do?
I'm going to punch it.
Okay.
I'm going to leap on up and give it a punch in the face.
Climb over that little rock right there and get right up to it and punch it in the face.
Punch it in the face for 16.
That hits.
Booyah! Oy, for 4 points of damage.
Nice. Okay.
My bonus attack
Do it.
for 21.
Woot!
21
For-
points of damage?
No, God, no. For 21 to hit. Oh, I'm so wrong! No, for 5 points of damage.
Okay. Whew. Nice. That did some good
Pop, pop.
damage to it. It's riveting a little quieter now, but still not happy.
Riveting
With
a
you.
little quieter.
It's
Just
going
waiting for
rivet.
it to croak.
It's like Curie croak. Okay, good one.
Oh,
It's
goodness.
gonna be hopping along soon.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
We're here all week, folks. Okay.
Ba-dum.
Okay. Oh, so who went that? Who was that? Gus. Okay, so I had you backward. Okay. All right, Jane. What do you do?
I guess
She's like, I don't want to go.
Jane's a little wary. I don't know. Let's see. We're right next to that bridge there.
What else lives in the water?
I don't really want to know.
Yikes!
I think maybe she'll try to run around the other side of the frog and stab it where
Okay,
she thinks there may be something vital. I don't know. She doesn't know much about frogs, but
What's your
try to
movement
poke
speed?
it in the soft spot.
What's your movement speed?
30,
30.
25 human. So
Okay.
30 feet.
Okay.
30 feet walking.
Okay, you can get right there.
Okay.
It's close enough. There's a little bush there, but you can get close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're stabbing it.
She's gonna poke it with the pointy end. Yes. All right.
That's always a smart move.
Isn't it though?
Not the blunt
All
end,
right.
the pointy end, children.
Yes, yes. All right, so let's see. What is 50? So that's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Yay!
It's natural armor.
For 2 damage.
Nice. Okay, it's looking hurt. It's looking hurt. All right. You gonna do anything else?
Disengage.
You are. You have an ally right there.
Sneak attack.
Where's that D6? There we go.
Right, flanking.
Whoop 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 whoop. For another 1 point.
Woohoo!
It
Awesome.
adds up. It adds up.
It
It
does.
does, it does.
That could have been the 1 point it had left, which it has more than
I'm
that.
sure it right.
All right, Alessa, what do you do?
She is going to, since she's been having luck, she's gonna move over about 5 feet and then throw her dagger. You know,
Okay.
let's go with that.
Back this way.
Yep.
Okay.
Seven?
The 7 misses. It's a big frog, and as soon as you move out from behind Chance, you look at it, and you're like, "Whoa, that's bigger than I thought." And
I drop it by my feet.
yeah,
As a bonus action, she's going to look at Jane and kind of strum her lute a little, really loudly and off key, and say, "You're doing great," and give her inspiration.
Awesome.
So you can add 1d6 to any skill or attack or damage roll from whatever.
very nice, very nice, awesome. Okay, now the frog is not happy. Odds are blue or green. Odds or evens. Gust, what do you
Although-
say?
Odds.
Jane disengaged though.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say that. Okay, so are you going backward? I have a. Do you see
Yes.
the north symbol there? Oh, it's crooked. Hang on.
Just a tad. Unless you intend it to be that way. Oh, hey, there we go. So she's going to go east.
Okay. This way? Behind?
That looks like south to me, but sure.
Well, that's
Behind
north.
something is good. Yes, behind an ally.
Did you want to go west? See the compass rose over there.
I'm
It's a really
satisfied with her current location.
okay.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so
All right.
so now it's definitely coming after you, Gust, with a
Sorry, dude.
17.
I've been bit enough.
Yeah, that does it. That hits.
Okay. 4 points of piercing damage,
Oh!
and you are grappled.
Oh, shit. Okay. It's just like its big frog mouth. Ah!
Yep,
Ah!
he's got your arm, and he's just gumming it.
Oh, gross.
I don't know what giant frogs have.
Yeah, baleen? I don't know.
Yeah,
Baleen!
but whatever. What color shall we use for grappled? Let's use pink. You're grappled. Okay,
This is revenge for all the frogs in biology classes. And
pretty much. All right, so you are not a small creature, so you are free from those effects there. So that is all it can do.
Okay.
And so now it is Chance's turn.
Chance is still has his crystal out. He's going to start incanting the same spell, but as he does it this time, the air around him seems to warble in a strange sort of haze. I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
I rolled a 4 and a 6, so that's 12 to hit.
It hits.
Oh, good.
Yay!
That's great. So that is 2 points of cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Awesome. Okay. That's good to know. His long jump won't be as long. All right. Awesome. You want to move anywhere? Are you good there?
Move me back
You're
like
wrestling
5
with
feet.
A
away.
kitten.
Back 5 feet? Right there? Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so back to the top of the order, and Gust. You are grappled.
Okay, and I need
So
to break
you-
the grapple before I can attack?
Yes.
Okay. Is that a strength check?
It's yes.
Strength. Okay. I'm gonna pull my arm free. Actually, no, I'm not.
You
I am-
changed your mind.
Yes, I'm gonna change my mind. With my arm inside of his mouth, I'm going to cast Levitate.
Oh, okay.
So I believe he needs to do a Constitution save.
Okay.
Um,
You got a 13.
I think that does it. Unfortunately, I think it's a 13, or I think it's a 12 that he needed to beat.
Okay.
Damn.
So he did.
Okay.
So you do not levitate him?
Ooh, I think that's my turn then.
Okay. It's too bad I had some risers to use.
Oh, I love him. Damn. Okay, cool.
Next time. Okay. You gonna move anywhere, or did you already use your move?
I
Well, you-
don't think I can.
You can't. You're grappled. I'm sorry. You're restrained. Okay. So now it is. I keep looking over here and seeing the blue marker, so it's like the blue's turn. Jane, your turn.
So I'm going to grab one of Gust's feet
Okay.
and pull as
All right.
hard as I can.
All right. And are you letting her, Gus?
Oh yeah. Pull away.
So go ahead and do that with advantage then, since he's using his arms to pull as well.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
A good thing I had advantage because the first thing I rolled was 1.
Oops.
But the second roll was a 6.
No, you needed 11. So
But
You
I
pulled
did.
in 2 directions.
Wasn't there an inspiration?
yes,
yeah,
yes,
so you can
use
add a
your
D6 to it.
Yes.
Pray for a 6, people. And it's a 2.
Yeah, not quite enough. Not quite enough to get that oomph and help. So you're struggling to move him, and he's still stuck inside the
Caught
frog's
between a
mouth.
frog and a
Hard
human
Tavern
bull.
West.
Yeah,
something. And a rogue.
Story of my
Caught
life.
between a frog and a rogue.
There you go.
All right, Alessa, what are you going to do?
Seeing that long range.
Grab the other leg.
Not a wishbone.
It's okay. We'll pull in the same direction. We swear.
We saw this in a cartoon once. We think it'll work.
Seeing that long range didn't work, she's gonna get up close enough to where she's
Okay.
within
On that rock.
5 feet. Yeah, like 5 feet, and she's gonna use her long sword and stab at it.
Go for it.
21. Does that hit?
That'll hit.
All right, and that's 1d8 plus 1.
Nice.
So 9 plus 1, 7 points of damage.
7 points. You hear it croak for its last time ever. And its mouth and jaw go slack, and Gust's arm flops out. It's kind of bruised in 2 obvious places,
Yeah.
and it's slimy and covered with this gross ichor. But he's free, and the frog is dead.
I use it to slick back my unruly hair.
It doesn't work.
Oh, dang.
It's really gross, but it's kind of a good look.
Are you going to do anything with the giant frog?
I don't suppose there's any shinies inside?
Yeah, let's cut it
You
open.
could try. Do an animal handle. If both of you are doing it,
I'll do it.
all right. Either both of you roll or one do it with advantage.
16.
Okay. You cut it open like your old biology class, and it's got all normal innards and stuff in it, and some
The
stuff that
smell
has
is just
lunch.
horrendous.
It's awful. I mean, you're nauseous enough after that Ember escapade last night, but this is not helping matters at all. But no, it just has regular frog food, giant insects, and other masses you don't quite recognize, but nothing shiny or exciting.
Oh, that's too
Just a
bad.
frog.
That was fun, though.
Just a
Revenge, you stupid frog!
Okay.
Perhaps we keep moving and not attract more giant beasties to nom on us. I like staying in one piece.
Let's stay together. Keep our
Okay.
eyes peeled.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
That is a good plan.
we're getting back in the marching order.
Yes, with
Okay.
me in the middle. Yeah.
In the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not grappled anymore. I can take that little band off. You're still up front, Gus.
Yep. I'm not feeling great, but I'm okay. I'm up. I'm moving.
Okay, the markers that I have on that map are tiny bit larger than 1 inch by 1 inch, the round ones. I did that so the color, so you can really fit more on that path than you see there.
Okay.
But before we go into the next step, why don't we take our break, since it's 10
Sure.
till.
Sounds
Right.
How's
good.
that sound? If
Sounds
Logan wants to, I'll wait till our directors or our moderators or somebody says it's take just a 5-minute break, enough to go upstairs and clear my head a little bit.
Aw.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow, that's for sure.
Nice.
You've earned it.
This was a fun story to put together. I can't wait till you guys get to the end. If you get to the end.
You know,
Ah!
you had to throw that in.
All right,
We
well,
were already slightly terrified because of giant snakes.
And
I
frogs.
promise. I've got a lot of pretty dragons.
It was.
You
Beautiful
can
boy.
put that back. Put it. Yeah, that
So we
is
got-
not a
well-
level 1 toy.
We got a snake.
Well,
we
I
got
admire the
frogs.
prettiness.
And we are back. And they're still alive. They're all still alive. Look at that. All these happy faces still alive.
Yay!
For now.
For now. I mean, for now. So we have our marching order. We're getting to the woods, and we're here to figure out what's happening with these giant animals that keep popping out, terrorizing this party and also the citizens of Ravenscroft. So you guys have decided on a marching order, and you're very much now totally keeping an eye on what's happening.
Yes. Do we see any... We heard mention of webs. Do we see any
If you
webs?
look above you, yes, you see up in the canopies like tons of webs, but not one that has crossed into your path yet. You heard the townsfolk and Blackwing say that some of the webs were coming down onto the road, but you have not witnessed yet. You haven't gotten to that part of the road. And some of the scouts that were out prior to that did cut some down, but unfortunately, when you tangle with a spider's web, they know it. So everyone, tell me what they're doing right now. Let's see. Gust is in the lead. What are you doing, Gust?
I'm perceptioning. I'm checking. I'm eyes open. I'm
Perceptioning.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a thing.
For a 13.
Okay, so you're still looking at the webs, going, yeah, there's a
Okay,
lot of them
cool.
up there. Yeah,
Check. Webs.
webs,
Got
got them.
Above.
All right. So Chance, you're next in the line. What do you?
I would also like to perception.
Okay.
11.
11. Gosh, you're right, Gus. There are a lot of webs up there.
Yeah.
Look at, they're like all over the place.
Great.
All right, Jane, what are you doing?
Perceptioning.
Okay.
Did you see
Looking
the webs?
everywhere. Oh my god.
Webs?
There's so many webs. Wow, they're so pretty.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Alyssa, what are you doing? Admiring the webs with your fellows?
I would also like to perception and look around.
Uh-oh.
9?
Gosh, look at them.
They're so pretty, aren't they?
I mean, they glisten with the morning
Wow.
Really? Just
You-
capture.
You know, you could put these on clothes, make pattern with the sparkly stuff that
It'd be
gets
really
all over
pretty.
and everything and sticks to you for days and days. But you could sell at festival.
I hate that stuff.
And
Yeah.
you could make money.
Yeah.
I do like money.
Money is. We need money. We
That's-
need a lot of money.
When
Gus,
we get back to town, we should do this plan.
I've
I
heard
like
that
this
those
plan.
are
As
actually
you pass-
stronger than steel.
as you pass that bush that's on your
I've
right
heard
there,
that too.
Oh, that bush, yeah.
you hear a sniffly sound.
Oh, it's like a sniffling child.
Roll perception.
That's a big 9.
It could be. You don't know. It's just
I-
something sniffling in the brush there. Could be anything.
Okay, I'm gonna swat at the brush
Okay.
with my foot.
Doing the cat move.
Okay.
Just giving it a.
Forcing me to think on my feet at midnight.
Fair enough.
All right, go ahead. Roll an attack.
That's an attack. Okay,
Sure.
attack the bush. That's a big 5.
I mean, your
At
foot
least the
kind of
bush
gets
doesn't move.
a little tangled as
Yeah.
you're kicking it, and there's some briars in there, and you're shaking off
Oh, okay. Ow.
on the wraps of your foot. But as you do that, a black snout with a little white stripe across its face pokes its nose out and immediately attacks you.
Oh, he's an angry piggy.
Well, he's an angry badger.
Oh, that's way worse.
Is
Oh,
he irritated?
Except, you've irritated him, but he's distracted too. He only rolled a. He's got a multi attack.
got a multi-attack. Of course he does. Great.
Yeah.
Watch out, everyone! It's a forest
Badger
thing! I don't know if woods. I don't go in the woods!
does a 14 hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so his bite missed you,
Whew.
biting at your leg, but your leg is so tangled in the brush that it missed, but then it swiped at you with its claw.
Oh.
And it did oh no, wait. Oh, eight points of slashing damage with its claw.
Okay, so it like just rips my fucking. I stagger and hemorrhaging blood, and I look wrecked. I look on death's door as I'm just
the hem of your trousers are ruined.
just fucking ruined. I loved these pants.
All right, so are you down?
No, I have one.
One. Okay. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, he smelled you from way back.
Yeah.
All right, so roll initiative.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I gotta move the mat back this way a little bit.
Did not work.
Nice, that's a big one. Cool.
Woo!
I have scolded my dice. They are being scolded. Shame, dice. Shame.
All right, so let me start with Alessa. What'd you get?
1.
Okay.
That belongs in the dice jail.
Jane, what'd you get?
9.
9. All right, Gust.
8.
Ooh. Let's go again. Oh, I'm sorry, I moved the wrong one. Chance, what'd you get?
19.
Nice.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
Yes.
You get
Save
to go
us.
Ahead. You get to go ahead of the badger.
Save us, O mighty slayers of badger.
Okay. And what do you do? There's a badger that's practically on top of of Gust ahead of you. He's splurting blood out his...
I think I see Gust just get mauled, and I go, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And I cast forth my crystal, and as I do, a shimmering sort of rainbow-colored bolt of energy flies out as I cast Chaos Bolt.
Nice. What is that? Is that something for me to do or you to do?
I roll. It's 22 to hit.
That hits.
Big numbers, big numbers.
And that deals 8 points of force damage.
Nice. Does it knock him back?
No, it doesn't.
At all? Okay. Awesome. Okay, it's looking really hurt, believe it or not. That force, it wasn't expecting it at all.
And because I used Tides of Chaos earlier, if you wish, DM, I now have to roll on the Wild Magic.
Yay! I love wild magic. Do it.
Yeah.
Potted plant, potted plant, potted plant.
Yeah.
What?
Gotta
So I
get
rolled a
out the
20.
book.
I'm going to
Check
look up what
the
that
book
is.
of armaments.
While we're waiting, should you want to get some awesome dice that are rolling great like Matthew, head on over to Die Hard Dice.
There you go.
Because you need to roll with the best.
So on a roll of 20, I cast Grease centered on myself.
What?
Okay, so you are now slicked down with grease.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Don't think I have a little ring for grease. That's okay. I have written it down.
Why would you?
So,
Yeah.
So
Well, now let's see. I guess I could use. Nope. Don't have a ring for grease.
So the ground around me in a 10-foot square is considered difficult terrain, which is now covered in grease. Each creature standing in the area must succeed on a dex saving throw or fall prone.
Okay, so that means
Oh wait, you're the
Jane-
green one?
no, he's the orange one. So Jane and Gust.
Oh.
I failed.
On
so
Dex,
I'm
huh?
prone. The
So you're
DC is
prone?
I'm prone. The DC is 14.
Goodness, this die wants me dead.
2? Yep.
7.
You're falling down.
What?
And 7? What? You're all of a sudden, Alessa, you look forward and you see this snarling black animal attacking your monk, and you see blood spurting out, and all of a sudden your sorcerer conjures some crazy thing, sparks off his hands, and then all of a sudden grease just glops down his body and forms on the floor, and like the Three Stooges, they all fall ass over tea kettle onto the ground. And the badger's kind of amused.
Is the badger still upright? Oh,
it's
yeah,
not.
'cause
It's
he's-
not in. Yeah,
Right,
it's
okay,
not in that
cool,
thing.
Yeah.
So it's
Damn.
the badger's. You can't move anywhere, right? You didn't use your movement, so you could stand up.
Fair point. So yeah, I'll use half my movement to stand back up.
Okay. Now, do you have to get out of that, or are you be subjected to it slipping again?
No, but it's difficult terrain, so I think I can only move
Okay.
1 square from where I am.
Okay.
So
Where do you
I'll
want to
just-
move?
I'll just stay where I am for the moment. There's a monk between
Okay.
me and the badger.
Okay, so it's the badger's turn again, and it saw you fall, Gus,
Yeah. I'm on my ass.
and
Well, I mean, the
blink.
blood is
Yeah,
slower now.
and so it thinks you're dead.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
So it's gonna turn around and run its 20 feet and then burrow into the ground and disappear.
Fucking rude.
How dare you run away before we harvest your experience points?
Come
Yeah,
back
exactly.
here and fight me.
You're a loony.
Alyssa's
Okay.
gonna see this and carefully, just to where she has her arm length out with the healing potion to Gus, to just be like, "You look like you could use, yeah,
Are you gonna go around? Are you gonna go around the
yeah,
grease?
around the grease."
Okay. So you have one of your healing potions gone now. Okay.
Want to roll it, or should I do it? What is it? 2d4?
2d4 plus
Plus
2.
2.
Nice. 8. Cool.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Ow! Okay, let's no more kicking bushes.
No more kicking bushes.
Well, you
I'm
are
sorry.
well,
Whose
you
idea
are
was that?
Strong like ox. You are very strong like ox. Just no kick bushes.
No kick bushes. Okay.
No kick bushes. Honey badger no care. Honey badger give no fuck.
Well,
Right. Do not irritate the badgers.
No, okay. Yes, let's just stay focused and just get out of here. Or find the things? I don't even know anymore, guys.
Why are we here again?
We gotta...
Find a
Because
thing?
One of
We
us
gotta just-
stole an expensive barrel of booze.
Because we made...
And it's out here? Why is it out here?
I think pretty brooding man sent us out here to die.
Probably.
It was
Why
pretty
would
low.
there be a barrel of that delicious booze out here?
Because
We hid
the
it?
gods are cruel.
We...
Accurate.
No, I don't think we're looking for booze. I think we're working off having stolen
Yeah.
booze. So we're
I think
here
we're
to-
just trying to... I think we're just here to clear these damn beasties out of here.
That would not surprise me.
But we can do this, okay? There can't be that many more creatures out here. I mean, true, 2 of us almost have died. Or you died twice.
Yeah.
But I
You
believe in
almost
us.
died.
I did. In all fairness, though, I almost die a lot. Yeah.
Good to know.
True, being
That
urchins.
doesn't usually happen to me.
Oh. You're not taking enough risk.
Truth.
But
Okay, so if you want, the badger's not in the clearing right now. It seems to have been chased away.
Oh, was he like a regular-sized badger, though? He was not a giant...
No, he was abnormally large.
Oh, he was a badger of abnormal
Hmm.
size.
Yes,
I don't
Unusual
believe they
size.
exist.
a creature of abnormal. That's right.
Okay, well, let's continue on the pathway.
Yay! You go
Yeah.
first.
No, how about... Okay.
How long does the grease stay?
For 1 minute.
Oh, okay. So you guys kind of just hang out there for a minute.
I go first. I have not been hit yet. I think I also
Okay.
big. Maybe they
Yes.
not want to tangle with other big thing. And I also, people say I look mean, but I'm not mean. I'm very nice. I think.
Oh, you
No.
seem very
Okay.
nice.
All right.
I think so.
So you're going down the road first, and who behind you?
I'll follow, yeah.
Okay. And
Then
then
I'll go.
okay, and then Chance is bringing up the rear.
I'm in the rear.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you're walking along and keeping an eye out. Anyone checking sights and sounds? And what are you doing?
All the things. Perceptioning!
All the things.
Perceptioning.
All the perception.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait.
What?
Is there a way for us to maybe, like, make a noise down there? And then if the idiot animals charged over there, we could surprise them this time.
Maybe?
Potentially.
You try it.
Ah.
I could try
Yeah.
throwing voice. I do it sometimes in taverns for extra money. When people think voice is this way, hand goes this way. They not look at hand.
What if we put your loot down the road a little bit, and then quietly, and then we can throw rocks at it so it makes a loud twanging noise, which is very different than what you normally do with it, and it'll draw the animals that way.
We could do that, or
We
I
could
can use
Just
this.
throw the rocks.
Oh.
I snap my fingers and conjure a mage hand.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, all right. Do I give? She kind of is confused. Like holds the loot by the neck and like kind of does a little triangle, like not sure which hand to give it to. Your actual hands or the mage hand?
I'll have the mage hand take it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Be
Oh,
very
I have a
careful.
mage hand. Hang on. I gotta get my mage hand.
Wow.
Ah!
Oh,
Mage
awesome.
hands. Ah, minis are so fun. Aww.
Okay, mage hand.
And I'll have it carry the loot 30 feet ahead, and then set it
Okay.
down, and just strum it and make a bunch of noise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. What are you guys doing? Are you hiding or?
Could
Hang on.
I was gonna say, could Alyssa hide behind one of the bushes that's nearby and just kind of, as best she could?
Okay. So like right here.
Yep.
All right.
Check it for badgers first.
Check for badgers. Kick it. Kick it.
We should.
No, you.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna pick up a rock because I have no other weapons.
Okay.
I'm gonna ready a ranged attack in case a monster comes out. I'm gonna throw
Alright.
a rock at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to that to the rock that's a little bit farther down, about 30 feet. Yeah, and hide behind that and
Okay.
ready in action to attack.
Okay. All right. And Chance, what are you doing?
I'm not sure where I am.
Just concentrating on making a racket with the mage hand. Okay. All right. So it seems your plan worked because you hear a rustling sound coming from the edge of way back over here. and charging out of the water is a very large, and it goes straight for the mage hand. And immediately,
And we attack it.
What is that?
it's a large reptile.
Oh, okay.
Giant lizard.
Oh boy.
And it
Oh my.
it crunches the loot
Oh.
and whips it around in its
Lucille!
and but it's made of a stronger wood than it realized, and it drops it. It just has a couple of little bite marks on it, but it's not that damaged because I only rolled like a 2.
But maybe it'll be in tune now.
So okay, so go ahead and roll initiative based on a surprise attack.
So close to a 20, and then it rolled over to a 2.
A 7.
19.
Who said 19? Okay.
19 too.
Nice.
Twinsies.
Nice. Okay.
I'm assuming you have the higher dex because I have a 0 on mine.
Yes.
Chance, what did you get?
A total of 4.
I'll move that way down there. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, so Alessa, you're up first, or who has the higher dex?
I
Kim.
Okay, so Jane, you're first.
Mm-hmm. So, excuse me. Oh, it's pages. Yeah, that thing is freaky and would require
Large.
it would
It is
require
really
a
big.
dash to get to. So, I'm going to try to move sneakily around that bit of greenery between the 2 rocks on that side of the trail. Aren't I the blue one?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Moved the wrong one. So this way?
No,
This
in
way.
Heidi sort of fashion. Yes, towards that other rock
Okay.
in a stealthy fashion, 30 feet.
Okay. That's
Trying to
about
come around the other way and get closer.
Okay, that's about 30 right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
try to not get its attention.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So now it is Alessa's turn. Purple.
Okay, she's gonna kind of come out from behind the bush to where she's within throwing range, and she's gonna throw one of her daggers at it.
Okay, awesome.
Synthetic 20.
Nice. It hits.
Two.
2. Nice. Okay. Okay. All right. And Gust.
Gust is gonna move a little. Southwest.
Okay.
Kind of away down.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, other south.
That's north.
Oh, I see what the problem is. An N on
It's
the
flipped.
compass rose is flipped. That's
Mhm.
Oh.
funny.
Sorry.
No worries. Then, yeah, northeast.
No, this way.
There we go. Here, it's early, it's late. We're all brain. Anyway, I have a
Sorry.
rock. I have a rock, and I'm gonna
Yes.
throw
Throw
the
the
rock.
Throw the rock.
I think an improvised rock weapon doesn't. Oh, that sucked. That's a big one.
That almost hit your toe.
Yeah.
You just like did the whole thing and it fell back this way.
Yeah. Whoops.
Missed completely. All right. Chance. What can you do?
Do I have a line of sight to it, or is that rock in the way?
That bush is in the way. You can move a little bit, and the rock would not be.
Okay, move me north a bit so that I can see it.
Right there.
Okay,
You'd have,
and I'm going to shoot.
It is a large creature. It's taking up, 10 foot by 10 foot section.
Okay, and I'm going to shoot a ray of frost at it, and I rolled a 19 to hit.
It hits.
So it takes 6 points of cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10.
Awesome. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay. And now it is. Oh, you want to move anywhere else?
No, I'm good there.
Okay. Okay, so it is confused because here's this thing on the road that's making this racket and this big purple glowy hand that it can't touch. And so it's I guess I would look around to see a source of any kind of. Hang on, I'm gonna do a perception check. It doesn't see anything. It just keeps going after this loot. So this loot is pissing it off. All right, so Jane, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm going to continue my movement around and try to hide behind that next rock.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Hiding.
You're hiding. Okay. All right. Why don't you roll for stealth for me?
13.
Okay. You feel pretty sure that that the loot is
Kind of
keeping it
hiding.
occupied enough. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Is that all you're gonna do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Alyssa.
She's gonna try and get as close as she can and just stab at it with her longsword if she can get close enough.
Okay. What is your movement?
30 feet.
Oh yeah. You can get up to it. All right. Stab at it.
9?
9 misses. Now it has some natural armor that is pretty tough. It's that lizard skin. Pretty tough. You gonna do anything else?
Bonus action, she's gonna look over at Gust and be like, hit it really, really hard, my friend, and give him inspiration.
Nice. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. All right. So Gust has inspiration, and he is next.
Okay. Shoot ski. Okay, yeah, my dudes. I'm gonna run up to it.
What's your
run up
movement?
to it. Yep. And I'm gonna punch it in the face.
What is your movement speed?
30.
Okay. You can get right on the edge of it. So yes, you have.
Can I hit it? Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right, here we go. First punch. Ooh, that's 11.
Just misses.
Just misses.
You can add a
Okay.
D6.
And
You're inspired.
I'm gonna be inspired. Nice. 14.
That'll hit.
Awesome. And I'm gonna pop it in the nose for 6 points of damage.
Very good. It's looking really sore.
Nice.
Very,
Well,
very damaged.
come around with a big old left-handed smash for 19. Oh no, for 22.
That
21.
hits.
Sweet. And I'm gonna boop it on the snoot for 5.
And that is exactly what it needed. It keels over. You guys are finally catching your first wind, your second wind. You're getting into the groove. You're discovering what you need to do.
Yay!
And you're working well together as a team. And it just does its
Came
little.
together.
Yes, you came together and you did it. And it keels over.
Now this will make excellent leather.
It's very large.
Yeah.
It is a very large creature.
I'm gonna pick the loot up with the mage hand and give it back to Alyssa. Sorry.
It's looking a little rough. It's got some bite marks on it. A couple of the strings are broken off.
She
Think
just
you might be able to get
twangs
it repaired.
one string very sadly. It plays out a sad little. "Wah." It's okay. It's still play.
There you go. You can
Yeah,
always do
it
poetry
does.
if all else fails.
Sounds good.
I invest in new art form with this spoken word.
Perfect.
I think it'd be good. You know.
Perfect.
Hmm.
Okay. And from here, you can see this clearing is a little more open than even coming off the bridge. And you can actually see to the south, the river there. Everyone do an investigation check for me, real quick.
No, Alyssa, I've heard of this new thing called beatboxing.
Oh,
Is that when you use the box to fight?
yeah, yeah.
Is it where you go brown chicken, brown cow, brown chicken, brown cow? I heard
That's-
one
I think
urchin
that's-
say
that's
it
closer.
once.
Anybody else?
Yeah, that's a big 3 for me.
Sorry, what were we rolling?
I don't know. I forgot what I said. What did I say?
Was it
Investigation.
perception?
Investigation.
Yeah.
No,
Investigation.
18.
You guys don't see shit.
We're razzled. We're all
You're so pumped up about this diet that you're oblivious to everything around you.
5.
Yeah, so unfortunately you don't see the giant spider
The
drift
what?
down,
Nor
I'm
will
sorry,
we
the
see
what?
a giant spider, because there isn't
Yeah.
one.
down, and land very close here and head your way.
I can't
Can you,
see it.
let's
Yeah, we
scoot
can't
that map.
Can you
see it.
scoot the map?
There you go.
Yay!
Ooh,
I mean, not yay.
no.
No, you can see it now.
Pass.
Yay, spider! A couple of you think it's cute, but a couple of you don't think it's cute at all.
He's a handsome boy. He's a strong.
Nope.
Everyone's just like, nope.
You know, he's in nature, which I'm fine with.
Mhm.
However, coming towards me, not so fine with.
Right.
I like him.
So you miss it completely, but that's as far as he got. Because of your location, that's as far as he got before he couldn't move.
Okay.
So he hasn't attacked, so I don't want to call initiative. What do you do?
Give it the lizard. It looks hungry.
Is your mage hand still up and moving?
It's still floating around, yeah.
Yeah, drag the lizard to the spider is a good suggestion.
Can
Yeah.
only move. It can only carry 10 pounds. The lizard,
I think it's a little more than 10 pounds.
But we can back away and make an
He takes a
offering of the
loot.
lizard.
He bangs the spider with it.
Yeah, he beatboxes.
Don't hit the spider. Just give it the lizard and back away slowly.
I'm pretty sure that we
Back
have
away
to
slowly.
kill the spider. Is the kind
Why?
of the point? This natural life cycle of the universe, I suppose.
Weren't
Is
we
that the
hired-
spider eats the lizard,
This
and
is
we
a very,
find the barrel,
very large spider.
We were hired by tall,
and it's
beautiful,
fuzzy and it
brooding
has
man.
adorable eyes.
It is very cute.
It is really cute, and we should feed it the lizard and find our barrel.
We're not looking for a barrel.
I thought we were looking for a barrel of booze.
I'd
You
like
are-
to find a barrel of booze.
Why are we
Drank-
here then?
We're
We
here to
drank
kill all
barrel.
the giant monsters.
But there was
Compared
supposed to
to
be
the-
a second barrel, and we're supposed to. I must have missed the point of that conversation because I don't know, my head hurt.
We were very loaded. We were very drunk still. But now,
This whole time I've been looking for a barrel of booze. I haven't found it.
well,
Maybe that's why.
Well, keep looking.
We
In the
were- we
meantime,
were told
let's just
by
back
beautiful-
away from the big spider.
Okay, so I'll go in order of closest spider. Alyssa, what are you doing?
Backing away slowly.
Tell me a direction north, like towards your phone.
Yeah, towards the fellow.
Okay, and Gus, what are you doing?
I'm. Someone pass me a healing potion because I feel like I'm gonna need it. Or rather, on your turn, pass me a healing potion because I feel like we're gonna need it. I'm gonna start edging closer to the spider, but still trying to keep the alligator body kind of next to us.
So,
yeah.
So this way?
Yeah, exactly. Bring me south. Yeah, about there. Perfect.
Okay. All right. So, Jane, what are you doing?
Feeling really disappointed about having to kill a spider.
Okay.
I really don't want to. But I will move across the road and hide behind the rock on the opposite side.
My earphones don't reach all the way. This way?
The other way. Yes.
Okay. Whoops. Knocked over a tree. Don't know my own strength. Okay, and Chance, what do you want to do?
Put me behind Alessa. So she's between me and the spider.
Okay. All right, now it sees you and it's its turn. It's going to advance on Gus. Aw. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound so... 10?
Nope.
Okay. So it starts toward you and reaches out to bite, but you whacked it away. Yeah, you smacked it.
Get back!
All right.
Strong boy.
So now roll initiative.
Oh wait, did it come close to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone roll?
If you want to be a part of the fight, yeah.
Reluctantly.
I mean,
I'm
sorry.
just going to say reluctantly.
Okay. Totally understood. 19.
4.
Okay.
11.
Alessa was 11? Oh, 11.
Jane is 11.
Okay, and you're 4. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, and Chance?
12.
12. Okay, and what did you roll, Gus?
19.
19. Okay. All right, so you go. It's your turn.
Nice. Well, I'm in front of this stupid thing. It's here, and it tried to bite me, so I'm gonna do it back.
Okay.
But with my fists.
Okay.
For a moment, I was concerned you were going to try and bite it.
Yeah, that didn't quite work out in my head. First one's only a 6.
6 misses.
Second attack.
Rears back a little bit.
14.
That hits.
For 5 points of damage.
All right. It actually took a bit of damage there. It actually looks pretty hurt.
Mm.
Yeah. No, it's it's a medium beast, but for a giant wolf spider with hairy legs and everything, it's pretty intimidating. But it doesn't. It looked like it did a lot of damage to it.
Okay. I mean, I feel bad.
But now it's its turn, and it's
Oh.
coming after you.
Yeah. Okay.
And it rolled a natural 20.
Oh. Great.
My rule for crit hits also applies to the monster.
Yeah. No. Understood. Understandable. Gotta.
All right,
maintain the-
so it's a 1d6 plus 1, so it'll be a 1d6 plus 6 or 7.
Oh, total of 7.
11.
Oh, plus. Yeah. No. Ah!
Yeah, and roll. Well, you really can't roll a Constitution saving. Well, go ahead, roll it.
No,
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you have fallen unconscious, and now Chance, seeing that this happened to your fellow that you've just triumphantly killed the the lizard, what do you do?
Well, that's not unexpected. And
Yeah.
well, I'll do another Frostbolt. And I'll use Tides of
Okay.
Chaos again for advantage, which I was
Awesome. Do it.
very, very much needed. So 23 to hit.
Definitely hits.
5 points of frost.
It is looking on its last leg. Literally, it has one leg left.
Spider.
Now I feel bad.
Yeah, I was like,
It's just walking around in circles.
Oh, poor little spider.
no, it's evil. It killed your good friend Gust.
Are you going to move anywhere?
Poor little spider.
Are you going to move anywhere, Chance?
No, I'm good where I am.
You're good? Okay, Jane?
If I had another healing potion, I would give it to you on my turn, but we only got one. I already gave it to you.
All right, Jane, what do you do?
I'm going to take my healing potion out of my pocket and go over to Gust and pour it in his spider-killing mouth.
So you're going to come from the the backside of it? Which your movement is 40?
30.
30. Okay, you did not get out of range for an opportunity attack. You did not get. Oh, never mind. I'm being ridiculous. That's dead.
Big dead boy.
It is now a square of death.
Death square.
I didn't have time to paint the underside. Okay, so you're pouring healing potion into Gust. Okay.
Yes.
So you gonna let him roll it, or do you want to roll it?
I'll let him roll it.
Okay.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
7.
Awesome. Okay.
Welcome
You're
back.
Ah! Spider's
You guys
still in my face.
And it's doing this. Okay. Are you gonna move anywhere, Jane?
I will disengage if I'm within range.
You're not within range. It's a medium
Okay,
creature.
then
It
I'll
only has a
just-
reach of 5.
So I used my movement and my action. I'm good.
Okay. And Alessa?
She's gonna move to where she's within 5 feet of it, and
Okay.
she's gonna clap her hands together and cast Thunderclap. So it's gotta be.
Oh!
We lost you.
Oh, it's a con save, has to be to 14.
Okay. Nope. 5.
Yeah, it does not succeed. So it's 1d6 of thunder damage. Let me double check.
Look at you guys bopping your heads. We killed the spider.
4 altogether.
Awesome. It is dead. Little legs curl up on itself and its back, and it's dead. So now you've got a dead. Well, I took it off the board, but you've got a dead lizard and a dead spider there, and you happen to notice out in the water of the creek a barrel.
Can you? Uh-huh. Hey, look, a barrel!
No! Wait a minute!
Yeah!
Huh?
Let's go get it.
Put dead animals in there and take them back to town and sell them.
But
Well-
what if there's booze in that barrel?
It preserve. Booze is natural preserver. That's why
I
it drinks
know-
so much.
Do an investigation check as you're looking around.
Yeah.
You can all each do one if you want.
19.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
15.
7.
Okay, so Gust and Chance both find near the edge of the creek, they see broken pieces of wood, and it's not old wood. It looks to be fine pieces that have been hewn, They could be spokes, like from a cart, a wheel. And you see smooth, trampled grass near the edges of the creek bed. Something that's been weighed down recently. If you're going to inspect the barrel, okay, you go over to the barrel and it is half in and half out of the creek, and you go to push it, and it's still has a lot in it, like a lot. But
Like
you do
sloshy?
notice, yeah, there's still something in it. But you do notice that there's a slight leak, and it's leaking into the creek.
Let's pull it out.
Okay, everyone who's
Quick,
helping,
save it.
Save the booze.
okay, everyone do a strength check.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get a group strength going.
15.
10.
4.
7 altogether.
Great, guys.
I don't have my average on. Okay, so you managed to just get it up on the shore, but it's not uprighted yet, and it's still leaking somewhere. But you did get it up onto the shore.
Up.
Sure. But wait. What's it leaking?
Okay. I have to check something for you. Hang on 1 second.
Oh man,
Wait a minute. What? Oh, no.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
that's not a good sign.
I have to find your
Gust grows 10 feet.
Yeah. Oh. Like tall, they're like literally 10 feet.
Gust to you. It
Uh-huh.
smells and tastes like rotting blood.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Is
That's
there
disgusting.
Yeah.
maker's mark or anything on the barrel?
Yes, actually, if you look a little bit closer, and you see on there similar markings to the barrel that you stole last night, because memory's coming back a little bit, and you recognize the markings. You definitely see the Dunsby name on there, but you also see something that wasn't on the barrel that you stole last night, and that is a dwarvish rune on it. Does anyone speak dwarvish?
Mm.
Nope.
Okay, so you don't recognize this rune, but it is something that was not on the other barrel. From the other thing that's on there is the word vintage.
So here's his missing barrel.
That's
And
what I'm
it's
thinking
Still
too.
slowly leaking into.
But he. Oh, right.
Let's stand it up.
Sure. Stand it up.
All right, try another strength check.
2.
7.
11.
4.
It's still leaking into the water. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Wait. Can I? Could I use my scarf to try and like plug the leak?
Sure, yeah, definitely. You
Great.
could try something to plug it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be like a.
I mean, you're just shoving the
Yeah,
scarf.
just shoving my scraps in there. For 17.
Okay, you managed to get a good portion of the scarf in there. It's not a very big hole because it's just a little bit.
Okay. Great.
But the scarf is starting to, fill with liquid. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not leaking into at least it's not leaking into the creek. But it's still coming out of the barrel. The force of the pressure onto that hole is causing it.
So you guys remember when that dwarf dude was telling us he was experimenting with booze and accidentally made himself bigger?
Yep. I think I fell asleep.
What?
The point I'm trying to get at is I think this barrel is responsible for all of the giant creepy crawlies.
Interesting.
Oh. So wait a minute. So the barrel filled with the stuff that I just ate is making all these things huge.
I'd guess.
Yeah, seems that way.
Do
But
we
you're not
light
bigger?
it on fire?
Everything's still proportional.
Yeah, is everything still? Am I still? Am I big now?
You took a little taste of it, right? You took a little taste of it, or did you just smell it?
No. I tasted it.
Okay. Your nose feels bigger.
Savage. Okay. Oh,
Nose. It's just a little like, yeah, like feels big
Okay.
on your face.
mhm.
And you,
I
you
mean,
kind of give that cross-eyed look.
yeah, right. That's okay. Well,
But it's to you, it's rotting blood.
Yeah,
It can't be. How can it be booze? It's
I mean, I
gotta be,
tasted
right?
this and it's disgusting. If it's booze, it's the worst vintage I've ever had.
You have
Ah.
senses like Alley Cat.
It's true. Quick. Let's try and roll it. Can we roll it out firmly out of the water?
Just try another strength check. It's
All right,
gonna
come on, everyone. Just
Come on, baby.
How about you play a song? You inspire us with some good. No, just
I got a 15 this time.
good. 11.
3.
Yay! I got a 20.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Good. You guys managed to roll it up and out of the creek and write it up and write it so that it's not leaking anymore. And you can actually take your scarf off and the level has just gone below the But your scarf,
Terrible smelling.
it's rotting blood.
I mean,
Yeah. You hate that.
yeah, I'll wash it later. Disgusting.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Wait a minute. So we got in trouble for drinking the expensive booze.
Right.
But meanwhile, the man who brought the expensive booze lost his own barrel into the river, and he's the reason that all the townspeople has been freaking out and losing their mind and being attacked. So we're
it would
cleaning
seem
up.
so.
We're cleaning up the very mess that we were sent out that we're kind of being blamed for. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, that's
It's almost
how that
like there's a
works
double
when you
standard between
know.
the wealthy and the poor.
mm-hmm.
Just then you guys see an owl pass over, screeching owl, and he lands on a rock nearby you, but he looks normal.
Okay, he's not huge.
Nope.
Thank God.
He looks at you and hoo-hoos and flies away.
What a strange bird.
And then you see some movement in the water. You see another snake, but this one's
Ah.
it's normal size.
Do we know, does the Lord utilize an owl as a familiar?
He's a paladin.
Oh, right, okay. Might have an owl friend.
He probably does, actually. Actually, he's a
Right.
raven.
So we've rescued this barrel that turns things huge.
What about the rest of the stuff in the water and all the trampled stuff? Can we investigate that?
Well, basically, you recall the story of
Mhm.
Dunsby saying that his cart broke down and he lost a barrel of his vintage. And that is what you've recovered here.
Right.
But there's really nothing else along the creek bed or anything else that would give you any other indication of any other activity except just normal forest.
Well, friends, I just want to put an option on the table.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a barrel of growy potion that we may or may not have found. We can do the Lord's bidding. We have cleared the area of the foul giant creatures. At no point were we told to return anything we might find.
This is true. We could start potion making business, I think you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Who's gonna buy a potion that tastes like rotting blood?
And you go over to it, Jane, and you sniff at it, curious. And to you, it smells like the worst bad breath anyone has ever had.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
It's like, I mean, it's this halitosis is just making you nauseous. Yeah, you hate it.
Nobody's gonna buy this.
And
This is foul.
When she says that, Chance, you look over it and you kind of put your nose, and it's maggoty meat. That's what it smells like to you. Just disgusting maggoty meat. Alessa? You know the smell. You know exactly what this smells.
This is drunk vomit. This is disgusting.
Yep.
Mm. And I mean, I guess if we could control what kind of body part it made, there might be a way to market it. But if it's random, I mean, who wants?
Can we just give it back?
You have strong nose like Hawk. It looked good.
Yeah. It beautiful.
I often thought that my face needed a bigger nose to hold it all together. So thank you. More space for the freckles.
They're very lovely freckles.
And because of your larger nose, the smell is
real pungent.
Really
Real
pungent.
good.
Why are you even wearing this scarf?
Oh, just little bits of this and that from my travels, reminders of where I've been.
Oh. Okay.
Plus, it gets chilly on the street.
Sometimes it does. That's true.
He's not wrong. It's a port city.
Maybe if we tell pretty brooding man that we found big making potion, he give us place to stay and good food.
You recall he did offer those letters of recommendation to the guild.
Mm-hmm.
On top of letters of
The
recommendation.
letters
maybe.
sound good. And hey, if you need a place to stay, you can come to my place.
The Wandering Lost is also a guild that's located at the top of Crow's Nest Inn and Tavern, where you. And you know that because you work there, you do know, Jane, that members of the Wandering Lost are given.
That
Wow.
would work out really well for all of us.
Wow.
A
Okay.
lot better than stinky potion.
You
Yeah.
cannot blame Urchin for trying to make money and business opportunity, alright?
But maybe it's time to
No,
try.
definitely not.
Maybe it's time to try something a little bit more straightforward, like
Indeed.
adventuring.
Yes.
I think that'd be good. The Urchin 4, Adventurers.
There you go. Okay, so the four of you want to roll the barrel back toward town over the bridge and maybe try to drag the alligator or the, I don't know what did I say, it was a
Whatever
lizard.
we can.
Whenever we can.
Yeah.
I bought a package of little creatures and stuck them on bases.
I love them. Yeah, make a mark will come back. This is good leather.
Yeah, there you go. And returning to Lord Blackwing, the party not only earns their free, but also the promised letters of recommendation to join the Lost. And Dunsby is so pleased that his lost barrel of ember rum has been found and offers each of you a small casket of it as a reward.
Cask?
Casket.
Or casket.
Little casket of it.
Like, to put dead things in?
I mean, it smells like a dead thing.
Kind of like the size that they used to put on St. Bernard's.
Just clarifying, he might be really morbid. I don't know.
What is it called? A flagon or a pony?
Cask?
Hogshead, a
Yes,
pony.
A hogshead. There you go.
There we go.
A pony keg's worth.
A pony. Thank you, but pass. Your booze is terrible.
No, thank you. It
Yeah,
smells so bad.
I think what my compatriots are saying, well, we appreciate generous offer. Perhaps you give to
Yes.
friends of yours instead as
Yes.
our thanks to you for helping us get this wonderful opportunity.
And you guys will never
That.
touch ember rum ever again.
Mm.
No.
And that is the conclusion of my story. Sorry about all the coughing.
Oh no, it was fine. It was great.
You did
Thank
really
you so
great.
much for hosting. Yes, thank you for
We
having us.
lived!
I
We
did
survived.
have
Barely.
I did have a giant owl in case.
Oh, I would not have fought a giant owl. Those things would have biffed us up real good.
And I thought the badger. Where'd the badger go? I had 6,
Aww.
but I didn't do the owl. That's
I
why
like
I had
the badger the best. Kind of biased.
Yeah, the badger. I don't know what this was, but I turned it into something else.
I mean,
I
I'm
love 'em.
partial to raccoons and badgers, so either or.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's the conclusion of my DMing for We Are Nerdsmith Sub Drive for 2019. Thank you so much.
Thanks
I
for
have
watching,
Yay!
everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us.
And thanks for all the subs and everything. Yay!
Absolutely.
gift subs and everyone. I wasn't able to watch the chat very much, but it was fun when I did. Thank you. And just one more time, we'll go around. Ann Palmer, host of Kajara's Curious Crafts, a D&D terrain crafting stream on Tuesdays at 7 East. Holiday ornaments during Aunt Ann's Trio crafting stream on Thursdays at 1 p.m. East. And 3 Sheets One Shot, where I come up with stories just like this to share with everybody at 7 p.m. East on Fridays. And go ahead, everybody else. Matthew, go ahead.
Yep. I'm Matthew A. Sieberts. You can find me on Twitter at Matthew A. Sieberts. You can also catch the Land Above podcast, which I DM. Or you can catch me here on this Twitch channel at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays doing Homebrew Studio, which is sort of a collaborative thing where I work with the people in chat to make homebrew stuff for RPGs.
It's fun. I've been into your stream before. It's a lot of fun to contribute.
I mean, the Fey Touch Griffin, I think, Griffin Chick is still my favorite because it did the whole boofing on a nat 20.
Yeah.
Colin, go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Colin Kelly. Seep Kelly at CP Kelly on Twitter. You can listen to Champions of the Earth at Championscast on Twitter or wherever you find your fine podcasts. And I actually write comic books, believe it or not, and have a big one coming out tomorrow. It's Star Trek Year 5, Issue 1, the continuation of the 5-year journey. So check it out if you happen to be near a comic book shop, and let us know what you think.
Ooh,
Thank
it's
you,
on my
guys.
way to work. I'll have to stop in.
Yes, you will.
All right, Fennec, go ahead.
I was gonna let Kim and then I'll go.
All right, go ahead. Yep, go ahead, Kim.
Sure. I can be found on Twitter as is it wine 30 yet? And
Love that
it is always.
Always.
And I play Flossie Lead on Chaotic Goodness Podcast, which you can listen to anywhere. Aw, kitty.
Kitty.
And please give us a listen, and you'll hear about the crew of the Irritated Badger.
Ah!
And then I'm Fennec. I am Nerdsmith's Associate Director and Community Manager. I am on The Land Above as Riza Shieldbiter. I will be on In Vain Wolf Purgesnock as a character that you have not met yet, but she's coming soon. She's going to be fun.
Cool.
I just wanted to say thank you so much, everybody who came out tonight and supported us. You are amazing, and we love you all. Thank you to our sponsors, World Anvil and Die Hard Dice, which we are actually doing a World Anvil giveaway. So, Logan, whenever you are ready, roll that giveaway.
Oh, he's so mad.
Oh, poor baby.
Aw.
Corporal cuddling.
And do we have a winner?
It's saying I won, but I didn't even enter.
Oh,
How impressive.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Do it
You might
again.
need to
there we
do that
go.
again.
Only Barbary has won the giveaway. I hope I didn't butcher your name, and sorry if I did. But one of our moderators will contact you here soon, and we will
Yay,
in touch with you on how to get that.
Yay!
Again, thank you
Congratulations.
everybody who came out. If you liked what we did, please feel free to head over to nerdsmith.org/subdrive, sign up to subscribe, help us by putting money in our pockets so we can keep giving you awesome free entertainment. All right, and with that, we are going to head on over to the folks at Perception Studios and give them a little
Hysterical.
raid.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes,
Because Puppet D&D is always great. Again,
Always.
thank you guys. And
Thank you so much,
we
everyone.
love you.
Bye!
Ciao.
And drop.
Cool.